Hey everyone, Ren The MultiViewer here. You're probably wondering why the episode numbering is a little off on this one. Wondering why it says like episode 44 and 45 here. Okay, so here's what happened. After recording session 44 for this, I noticed that while I recorded everyone else's audio, I didn't record my audio. And because of editing would have been a lot more difficult to not only cut out all of our sidetracking stuff where we talk on tangents, and me trying to figure out the context of what the hell I was talking about while playing as Norfinas, especially seeing how this was like about 2 or 3 weeks ago at the time of this little recording bit here. So what I decided on doing is basically give you a quick recap of episode 44 before we go into episode 45. Here's basically what happened. Godzilla, who plays Groc, wasn't here for this session, so DM Ghost was puppeting him, and we didn't do any combat, so here's basically what happened. After finding the door that led into the aqueduct, everyone pretty much stated that we needed to get topside, so we couldn't really explore that area anymore, especially seeing how Dynn was brain dead and Groc was carrying him. So we made our way back out of the sewers through the guild entrance that we found, and by the time we got back out there, Floon had still not, who was polymorphed into a human noble by the name of Rhaegar Neverember. He hasn't transformed back into his dwarvish self yet, so Pride thinks that this was basically a true polymorph spell or something. So once we got topside, we agreed that Floon had to basically disguise himself so that people won't get the wrong impression that we either kidnapped him or he was being kidnapped again, because Rhaegar was supposedly kidnapped at this point, but he was found by the gods before we went down to the sewers. So we headed back to the yawning portal where we met up with Volo, and Pride, for the third time, managed to properly cast Dispel Magic, essentially, and he managed to succeed this time, which turned Floon back into his dwarven self. Because of this, Volo said, okay, I don't have any money, but I can give you a house on Trollskull Alley, which is basically in the bad part of Waterdeep, and the house was actually a tavern. However, before we could go and actually look at the place, we asked Volo if he knew any places that could restore Dynn back to normal, and he said, yeah, he does. It was like at a temple of Poseidon. So basically, we traveled there, and Volo was talking to the person in charge there, and after giving them basically the equivalent of what it will cost to, I think it was Greater Respiration or either a respiration spell on Dynn, which cost me a couple of Lapis Lazuli gems, he said he will go in and do it. So we all went in there and we watched, and at this point in time during the ritual where they're restoring Dynn's mind, I thought that Norfinas basically said to Pride, so during the fight, when this happened, he was fighting someone, so do you think he's gonna hit someone when he wakes up? And Pride went, oh shit. And that's exactly what happened. Dynn clunked the priest in the head with his frying pan. Once he regained full consciousness and everything else, he let out Brekkie, the giant shark, and let out Bubbles, the giant ape, and basically wrecked the place, as well as using a black rock lobster item on the area as well, which spits out like a poisonous cone of sorts. So after calming down Dynn, Norfinas pointed to Dynn and told him to pay off the priest so that he wasn't going to get reported, seeing how the reason we're down a person as it is because Hathor is currently doing the paperwork to keep him from being sent to jail for the first offense he committed against Waterdeep, which was insulting a noblewoman there. So Dynn paid up all of his gold pieces and all the remaining dragons he had, and we left the temple before it got set on fire due to one of Dynn's attacks. After that, we basically traveled to Trollskull Alley, and during the travel, Norfinas saw a few times that Rhaegar was out and about, which was weird. seeing how during the multiple carriage rides he saw him in different places around town, and it just didn't make any sense. Once we got to Troll Skull Alley at the new tavern that we just occupied, that we just gained, Volo points out that it's also haunted. Yay. After that, we basically started walking around the area of Troll Skull Alley. Dynn went off and got some groceries while also trying to find some more information about the tavern we just got and the owner, and the former owner, while everyone else decided to meet up at a bookshop called the Bookworm, owned by a gold-scale dragonborn. Once we got in there, we just had a look around, and Dynn bought a cookbook on the deal of if he basically did some tasks for the dragonborn, which was basically clean out the basement of all the rats, he will get it for free. During this time, Norfinas was investigating around and he noticed a couple of things. First of all, he noticed a Harper quest book, and he also noticed that since this bookshop also sells spell scrolls, he noticed that 2 of them were sold out, Polymorph and Alter Memory. After asking some questions and pretending to be interested in buying them and asking if there's another place that sold the Polymorph spell, the bookkeeper basically told him that all the places were sold out. Before the party left, they also noticed that the bookkeeper also buys books. So looking through their inventory, they found that they actually had a trunk still of 50 dwarven history books that they found when they were at the water temple a couple of sessions ago. So they basically said, okay, how much is for all these books? The bookkeeper was so ecstatic about this grand find that he tried to undersell them 7,000 dragons. Pride almost accepted it until Dynn almost threatened to hit him over the head with his frying pan, and basically through an investigation check by Norfinas, he pointed out that that's basically they're being undersold, and through a combined investigation check with the aid of Dynn, plus also Pride's inspiration on him, they managed to deduce that the total cost of the books are worth about 50,000 dragons. The Dragonborn was willing to pay 50,000, though he needed to get a loan. Pride tried to upsell him to about 60,000, but the Dragonborn threatened to throw them out of the bookshop and also not pay them. So we just accepted the 50,000. But because he needed to get the money for the books, he told us to come back the following night and to deal not only with the rats in the basement, but also to pick up the books. During this time as well, Norfinas also sent a message to 3 Strings, a fellow Harper agent, that he needed to talk to him sometime in the morning. So all of session 44 in a nutshell. There may have been a few jokes here and there that's been missing, but essentially that's what happens. Alright, on to episode 45. Enjoy the show.
Alright, so it's the next day. You guys really didn't get too much sleep at your new place because it's still dirty and dusty and kind of
get restarted though.
Oh, you want to get restarted now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's gonna help out later on.
In what way did you try and reach out for Pelor?
I would have got the stone from Dynn to try and contact him that way.
Cool. Let's wind the clock back. So,
Religion check?
Nah, it's okay.
Oh.
So this is basically you guys have all just finished going to Ryshal's the Bookworm's place, worm with a W-Y-R-M. He just finished it's not my idea, so I can't take the idea of cleverness for that pun. He has just finished contracting you to clear out the rats from his cellar, but you guys said later, because he's going to be busy going off, finding some money to pay you guys back the obscene amount for all those books that he basically almost had a heart attack once he saw.
Mm-hmm.
It is now of that evening. You look at your really old, shitty, disgusting house. It's just dirty. It's just got dust and cobwebs and probably a rat or two, some broken furniture here and there. Some squatters basically have been living here, so like some of the walls have been graffitied. There's a really weird smell coming from one of the rooms. We'll just say it's Dynn's room. And you guys are probably going to take at least a minute or two to find a broom or prestidigitation foot or 5 feet by 5 feet.
Yeah.
Just so at least it's bearable for the night. I know you want to clean Dynn, but this is just...
No. Can I just say that I got some cleaning supplies on the way back from a store?
Yeah, sure. In the end, it would have cost you like a copper 10. It's one of those basic things that not even going to be bother. Yeah, a bit, exactly. So currently everyone is all doing their fair share of cleaning, but Pride, you're going to take a moment just to, I guess, go off to clean one of the rooms on your own. Once you realize you are alone enough, what do?
I'm gonna take out the stone and try and contact Paylor.
Hello, Paylor, are you there? It's me, Pride.
All right, Paylor, listen here. I want to make a deal.
It takes a minute. Nothing really happens with the stone right away. Before eventually it starts pulsating, like glowing and then dimming, glowing, then dimming, glowing, then dimming. And then it starts to glow and then hover a bit in your hands. And it's like, oh, hey, what's up?
Yeah, probably been a while. Look, I kind of need a bit of a update on my powers a bit.
Hey, I don't do free levels.
Not what I'm asking. I don't want to become more powerful. I just need to refluctuate my own power.
You want me to turn you into a Pikachu? Because, I mean, I did that.
What?
Nothing. Never mind. Oh, what's up?
Look, with my current skill set, I kind of fail at manipulating fate. I kind of need to get rid of those skill sets. They're fucking useful and more than likely fucking me over.
Well, truth be told, I wasn't the one that granted you these powers. That was Steve.
True.
And Steve's an ass.
True, and I kind of failing at using the powers my own grandfather used. And again, he was also in relationship something with some sort of fate god or some shit.
Slimy boy. That's above game. That's not Peller saying that.
Mhm.
All right. So, what? You're telling me you want me to purify you of this corruption that you believe Steve has left upon your soul? Is that what it is?
Yeah. Especially because I was better with a sword before he fucking interfered with us anyway.
Well, let's not get too crazy. I mean, you couldn't have been that great. I mean, from what I understand, you died.
I was the last one standing against a bunch of fucking... Well, it's equivalent to a bunch of fucking sea goblins while everyone else lie dead.
Alright, motherfucker, listen here.
I know for a fact Pride was the last one standing.
Do you have proof of this?
Yeah, where's your proof?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. There's no...
You guys don't have proof that he wasn't either.
You have a
Don't
video?
forget that.
Oh, no, we don't have a video.
No.
No, that was a...
That was episode 0.
We don't have a video. Never mind. Then pictures are proof.
Well, Pelor can't even prove you're wrong because he couldn't find you guys.
Yep.
Peller's just like, hey, Steve, was Pride the last one? Yes, fuck you.
Fuck you, buddy.
Off in the distance, you hear Pelor say, hold on, wait a second. And then you hear dice being rolled. Yeah, checks out. All right, cool. So what you're saying is you're better off with a sword. So you're pretty good with the singing. Are you trying to tell me that you want to be some sort of fighter rather than a singer? Because I can. Oh.
there was a specific style of fighting that my grandfather used that also mixed in a bit of music. More or less, it was 100% bard. Changing the fucking college.
Pelor, well, okay, yes, you can't see it, but you hear, oh, okay, yeah, you hear what this sounds like, a few pages being turned in a book. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, okay. So, this is what you really want? You sure?
Yes.
I gotta level with you though. This is some pretty heavy stuff. You don't even know half of how much power it's taken me, even A, to talk with you right now, but B, to break the barrier and put you into that little bubble of water deep. I don't even know how it's being held in place. The sheer power to even hold that little pocket dimension aloft, despite what I'm trying to do.
Steve Harvey is more powerful than we know.
So look, what I'm trying to say is I can do this, but it's going to leave me tapped for a while.
Got it. Besides, this would probably be easier than getting rid of a ghost, which the other guys wanted to use you for.
Well,
No.
none of us are going to use him for that.
I just asked.
Dynn literally suggested, why don't we just
No.
use Paylor?
I never said that.
No, he said what will happen to him after Paylor takes over.
I never said anything about what would happen if I never said anything about Paylor getting rid of him. I said what would happen.
The closest I said
Getting rid
was
of the ghost.
yeah, bring in a cleric or a priest.
Yeah, we should
Paladin.
get a cleric, not a Paylor.
Because Paylor is seen as an evil deity in this town.
Yeah, so it doesn't. As long as there's a cleric or a paladin that knows how to exercise ghosts, doesn't matter which thing they're from.
Regardless,
Yeah.
Go back. Anyway, regardless. Yeah, and besides, we're probably not going to need your assistance for a while anyway. We're going to have to fight our own fight here in Waterdeep anyway.
Yeah, above game, or even in game, none of you guys are quite the cleric, so kind of need one of those guys to make me help
closest
you.
thing we have at the moment is Pride.
Or
That's
Hathor.
just because he can use magic. Hathor's not here.
Yeah, I know,
Yeah.
but
Hathor's gone off somewhere.
he's still filling out the paperwork.
Yeah, it's just the paperwork was just that much.
Yeah,
It's-
didn't
like-
just cause so much paperwork.
It's like what, like like the comedy bit where like they bring out just like a small stack of paperwork. It's like, oh no, this is the paperwork you need to fill out in order to fill out this paperwork, and it's a stack to the ceiling.
Doing that one scene from like The Witcher 3 where it's like, oh no, you needed section 124. This is the lineup to get section 122. You gotta go over
Or-
there.
Or
This is
they
the
hold
lineup
up.
to
Oh
get.
god, no, hold up. I just picture him just doing paperwork with talking with Benedict, and Benedict's just okay. After about 2 days of paperwork, that was the paperwork to be able to do the paperwork. And here's the paperwork for Dynn, and then it's just like two truck wagons just tipping over into a window.
I was
And
actually.
then,
I was
and these
actually.
finally-
And
finally,
then here's
Hathor
the paperwork.
finishes, and he's like, oh shit, I spelled my name wrong.
And then here's the paperwork for after he got into the city.
And that was just the paperwork for confiscating the gun. Here's the wagon, and here's when he came, and here's for him actually to be in the city.
Oh, also you gotta make 3 copies. Push hard.
Triplicate.
Anyways,
Yeah.
so Pelor, while you can't see him, you can just physically imagine him crossing his arms, and he's like putting his fingers to like his lips, and he's going, I see. All right, okay, this is gonna take some time. I'm not making any promises that it's gonna happen right away. Best I can do is tell you to get a full night's sleep, because this is going to take a couple hours for me to
Got
work
it.
on. And yeah, I'm going to be tapped. You know how gods get their power, right?
You see his pride just blinks.
Roll me a
Not
religion just for
really.
the fun of it. Just for the fun, roll a religion.
Religion. Where is it? Religion.
Religion.
It's intelligence, I believe.
Religion.
That's not bad. Not good
12.
either. Peller gives you the answer before you can even begin to speculate. Look, we get our gods from the power of prayer, for the amount of people that believe in us. And, well, I just get nothing from where you guys are. Right now, I'm being sustained a little bit from that pocket dimension of Earth and a bit from Celestia. But other than that, man, that place I've sent you to, I can barely get through. As I just said before, it's taking all my power even to talk to you. This is going to be monumental.
Okay.
So, yeah, just go to bed and I'll work on it. Just don't you worry.
It probably just gives a thumbs up. Good.
Cool. Hey, look, so I kind of have someone else on hold right now. So I gotta get back to them.
Yeah, sure.
Bye. You hear click. Beep,
Baby.
beep, beep, beep.
All right. Now I'm never gonna speak of this again. And Pride just fucking shoves the stone back in his fucking bag.
Meanwhile,
You take
on
two
the other-
steps after putting the stone into your bag and instantly fall over flat on your face, unconscious.
can I roll a perception to hear this?
Yeah,
I'll
sure,
roll
roll a
two.
perception. It's sound based, not sight based.
That's fine. Never
I'll roll
mind.
two.
you hear
No,
thud.
you hear. Huh. Must have been the birds.
No,
Ben, do I hear
no,
it?
you hear thud, and it's like fucking ghost.
Fucking loud ass ghost.
Do I hear it?
You think it's a ghost? I don't think Groc cares.
No.
Groc
No.
hears it and is like, eh.
He goes back to sharpening his swords.
Do I eventually find Pride if I'm just exploring the place a little bit before I sleep?
A couple of hours later, sure.
Yeah, he kind of just went off to a room. You probably would be busy taking care of a couple things. I mean, it's already getting late into the night, and so you'd probably only be cleaning, just a quick making sure there's no shards of broken glass on this little patch of floor you would call a bed, essentially.
Yeah.
Okay.
Meanwhile, on the other side of the other phone call, Paylor, it's 4:30. I need help with this paperwork.
Oh, my son. How many times have I told you? You have to use the black pen. Government officials hate when you use the red one.
What it matches my...
Black or blue? Black or blue? We've been over this.
Yes.
Don't even
God.
think about pencil.
He's
Who the
just
fuck do you
talking.
think I am? I'm not the god of bureaucracy. Go call him.
Yeah, it's who's the big god for that.
Yeah.
He's just
Don't even
talking
think,
to Hathor.
Yeah,
Stop for a sec. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
don't even think about using the charcoal. They don't want you to be able to erase it. I know it's annoying. I know you mess up every so often, but you gotta use the pen.
Yeah,
It's a
that
small
blue
pen in my
eraser
large
doesn't do
claws.
shit.
Have you
Yeah.
ever tried writing with charcoal? I've tried
Well,
drawing. Fucking
Nope.
messy.
I doubt pencils are a thing in this universe, so
I'm just like, oh god, just Paylor's the whole time before he talked to Pride, Paylor was actually helping Hathor with the paperwork, and then just like he says, "Okay, give me a sec. Someone's giving me a call." And then after he talks to Pride, he goes back to Hathor saying, "Well, I might not be able to help you for a bit."
Yeah,
Take a
exactly.
swim, bitch. I'm not a helicopter parent.
And then you hear Pelor saying, "Oh, hold on, I'm getting another call on the other line." hello, and it's still Hathor. There's like, yeah, no, it's still me. Oh, sorry, give me 1 second. Hello, yeah, no, it's still me, Hathor. How do you work this thing? And it's like, geez, Dad, come on.
Dad, I can't help you with your god powers all the time.
It's like in One Piece is when Kizaru tries to use a transponder nail.
Ah, yeah, those are fun. That was funny. Sentamaru.
But anywho.
Kind of an interesting character.
Anyway, so what's up? Dynn, I'll say that you don't really do too much cleaning because you know you've got to get up early in the morning. You just do a quick clean because you'll know you'll have more time later.
Yeah, I clean up the room I'm going to be sleeping in at least.
But just for shits and giggles, roll me what would be a goddamn cleaning check?
Acrobatics. See if I get all the
No.
nooks and crannies.
No.
Athletics to hold. No, a con save. Give me a con save to see how long you can hold your breath, or
Just how long you can go for.
yeah, that's more like it. Before you just get tired and give up. That's pretty good. I'm gonna say that you could do a good sweeping job for about good 3 hours before you know it's getting late into the night.
I'm just gonna quickly take Bubbles and Brecky out, feed them something before the night, put them back in their stone, and then go to sleep.
Sounds
I'm
good.
sure they still get hungry in the stones.
I'm sure they do.
Mhm.
I mean, if Pokemon has you feeding your guys masala cakes or whatever.
Asadas, yeah. And then, I mean, you have to feed them curry in the next game.
I know I want that game, but I'm not going to be getting that game until at least Boxing Day because Switch and game is like $500, and I really don't have $500.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask my parents if they'd be willing to help me out a little bit with buying it, if like they want to just skip Christmas presents on Black Friday.
Yeah, so much easier.
Hmm.
But let's get back into this. I know I keep putting us off because from the playtest I did, this is going to take a bit of time.
Hold on, let's get to it then.
So it's now the next morning. Pride, you are woken up by the sound of what sounds like a bird with lung cancer. You hear, and you look over and you realize, I love Troll Skull Alley. You hear a couple people just shouting and yelling. Let's just say this sounds like Detroit.
Well,
Pop, 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 pop.
Din just wakes up saying, "Why don't they get their guns taken by Benedict?"
God, it's like fucking Falkland College all over again.
But as you wake up, Pride, you like realize, so slept on the floor. But despite the fact of your numerous Bard College nights of waking up on the floor, you don't have a hangover.
Thank God, no headache.
How do you feel? I'm asking you that because you know better than I do at this point.
Well, muscles are slightly more defined. I don't look like an anorexic fucking lumberjack anymore, at least.
Rexic Lumberjack is just a weird image.
He does a pose and you just hear Johto music.
Anorexic Lumberjack, coincidentally, was the name of my band in high school.
I was gonna say. It sounds like a ska band. Like
I just picture his axe handle being thicker than his arms.
probably.
Feel like I could actually run a bit better now. And hey, I don't feel like I could die from being slapped again.
Off in the distance, you hear the rabbit of a frog.
A toad.
Crow, yeah.
Dude.
Rabbit.
And for some reason, I feel a lot sexier now. Like, just by very little. Nate.
So, above character, above table, what have you actually done exactly?
He dropped his homebrew of College of Luck.
Dropped the Fortune College and picked up the Valor College.
which is a standard school. Isn't that what
And-
player's handbook?
Yes.
Basically, Pride. You can see Pride walking around with a pumpkin spice latte. He is a basic bard.
I love that.
And then there was also a slight restatting.
Yeah.
I let him restat.
The
So
only
Ben-
real significant thing that changed was I no longer have a negative strength modifier. I have a decent dex. I'm not gonna die from being bitch slapped. I'm probably not gonna be mind crushed again. And that's about it with the stats.
Right.
And did you keep the same spells, or did you respell?
I kept the same spells.
Okay.
So you're a warrior bard, essentially.
Basically.
Okay.
Well, College of Swords is more of a warrior one. Valor's just a more rounded
Okay.
character. So everyone else, I guess, you each found like a corner. You would have used like your camping gear, like your adventurer's gear, just to like set up a little foamy mat and a sleeping bag. You probably didn't use the fireplace because that would take probably a chimney sweep to clean out whatever is lodged up in there. The Santa Claus that went missing like 5 years ago.
Dark.
But
Someone's been watching
Hey.
Gremlins.
That means we can have. That means Pride can dress up as Santa
No,
and then go and rob people.
No.
no.
So,
I have-
anyways, you wake up and yeah, that disgusting bird that was making that weird noise starts cawing away. You realize it's a new morning, fresh day. Dynn, as you wake up, what are you? I'm gonna go with you first because you seem to have such an interest in super maintaining the cleaning of this place.
Din wakes up. He's going to first make breakfast for everybody.
Hey, so I can also say that the smell of what are you making?
Let me think. I will be making.
If it's rat bacon, I'm going to boot you from this game.
You haven't gotten the rats yet for that.
Because rat
Stop
bacon
spoiling
sounds
my stop
disgusting.
spoiling my meals. I'm going to make. Let me see. What did I get from the groceries? I got a lot of extra veggies and everything. I could probably make
Omelet.
veggie egg white flatbreads.
Yeah, omelet. You got cancer bird eggs and made an omelet. Cool. Sounds like you made quite the good meal. Are you making like coffee as well for everybody?
Yeah.
So you get coffee, and yeah, as everyone starts rousing, you hear like the sound of the percolator going.
I'm not unconvinced that he's not taking a hit from a bong right now.
It's one of those old style metal percolators.
I don't know what that is.
But anyways, I'll let you guys do some role playing as you wake up and meet up with each other while I look up the picture for that metal coffee pot.
Hmm.
Getting a quick link for something so I can put a GIF on chat for a certain thing I want to do.
Uh-huh.
You guys see his Pride just comes down the fucking
Just
staircase with. Well, he'd still be wearing his clothes. He's not like Panic.
Can I roll to see if I notice that
Sorry.
if I notice any differences in Pride?
Oh, okay.
Hold on.
Uh.
I have something to roll for this. Because deception.
Huh.
That is a 25.
Oof. Okay, so we're rolling perception now.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, actually, I'm gonna do this. I was gonna do this anyway because it's just
Groc
because of
doesn't
the
care.
thing of yesterday. So,
Norfinas is too
but
tired. Oh, well, it's a 14. So
No
Oh,
one
whatever.
seems to care. Pride.
Well, actually, no. I am going to be doing something though, just because of something from yesterday. So I just gotta get everything. Just gotta get the GIF ready. I want to do this really badly, so I haven't. So I was able to think of a good
Yeah.
reason for it. So Dynn Dynn walks up to Pride with a cup of coffee like ready for him, and before he hands it to him, he's just like, "Here, Pride. Where's that damn? Fuck it, I'll just put it on Discord. On there, that will work, but
anyway.
just goes up to him and says, "Here, Pride." Hey, the image didn't work.
Essentially, what I'm gonna guess is you're gonna.
I was gonna put a GIF of Kota of My Hero Academia when Kota punched Deku in the nuts.
You're gonna nut punch Pride?
Yes.
Okay.
Why?
I don't care. I'm using my reaction to cast shield to boost my fucking AC.
What's your AC now?
This is just making sure you don't.
Oh.
Let me see.
Yeah, you'd have to roll an unarmed attack on that.
Let me see. That's +5, so 21.
That'd just be a normal strength check then.
I think so, yeah.
And then the highest I can, unless I get a natural 20, then the highest I can get would be 18 because my natural 20 is still -1.
Mm.
Nope.
Boing.
Better to be prepared.
Whatever.
Again, why did you punch?
You literally punch cards.
Why?
Cool.
Were you...
They're just like, never deal with the money again. That was
It doesn't.
dumbass.
I already
shit
learned
Oh,
from
that
Malibu.
fucking lesson.
It doesn't even make sense because we came out on top of it.
Well, yeah, but Pride was gonna do 7,000. And I was just like, and I immediately could tell that it was just like, because I can immediately tell the guy was trying to rip us off.
No, I think it was me that detected that.
I also caught it too.
Dynn, let me put it to you this way. How much do you think that if we were to fix up this building and sell it, how much do you think we could get?
I'm not planning on selling this. I'm not planning on selling the building.
I know, neither am I. But how much do you think we'd be able to even make this place worth?
Can I roll and see if I can get an estimate?
Yeah, sure. Go for insight.
Sure. I mean, I kind of did
I'm
that
saying
with the
how
books.
it is. How
Me and
it
Norfinas
could
did that with
be.
the books too, so why not? 18.
It's hard to say. Yes, that's a really good roll, but it's hard to say because you're not really from here. You're only really used to living in Red Larch, where things are more rustic. You're probably even more focused on the fact that you could convert this more into a tavern with a kitchen in the back than you are thinking of even selling this house. And with that notion of a kitchen, you're thinking like lots of money.
Yeah, I'll just say, I mean, definitely more than 50,000 even.
And you would be correct by that. Because we can easily fix this place up and make it look like a shining gem amongst a pile of shit.
Sorry to come
Okay,
in and burst your bubbles here, but you do realize once we've solved what's keeping Waterdeep here, everything's going to disappear.
It's gonna
I've got
pop back up after we get everything back.
It's fine. I've got an
Nice and
idea. I've
nestled.
got an idea for that. But whatever. We'll come to it when we have to. For now, so what are you guys gonna do until we meet with the bookseller to pick up the money and take care of his rat problem?
I need to meet up with Three Strings again, and I need to talk to him about that Raynar problem we have.
All right. Groc,
Yeah,
you have
by the
any
way,
plans? Oh, sorry.
You should ask him what college he attended. Looks like a Falkland man to me. Good with string instruments.
At the top of my head, would I know what Three Strings was from?
I don't even think the book even tells you that. It just says like a bard.
Well, anyway, Groc, you have any idea what you want to do right now, or you're just gonna, I guess, explore the city a little bit?
Sure. Because out of character, it's been 2 weeks since I've been able to play.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I mean, Groc doesn't do much when it comes to those kinds of things anyway. So it's like considering
Pretty much.
considering Norfinas is kind of needing to do this by himself because it's like a whole
Yeah.
Xanathar thing or whatever. Then it's like,
Yeah.
I guess, Groc, do you want to help me clean up the place then?
Yeah, why not?
Someone has to keep an eye on the kids.
Yeah.
Frankly, I don't trust you to not light the place on fire if you're left unattended.
Again.
Also, I'll stay here and just let's be honest. I'm gonna look into more about this ghost.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's fine with me too. If you can get me any information, then I would appreciate it.
Yeah,
All right, then
being
I'm
100%
just gonna...
sure about what this ghost wants will make it easier to get rid of it.
Oh, I never told you. I never told you guys, did I? The ghost that's haunted. I actually don't think I don't think Dynn actually told any of the guys about the ghost. So this actually makes sense. I actually learned about who the ghost was when I was grocery shopping last night. Turns out that the person who's haunting it is the guy who owned who owned the inn and ran the bar. He apparently just wants to stay here because he just wants to stay in his bar he wants to stay in his inn.
Here's a
All
Here's a-
right.
here's a
What was the guy's name?
Told me what it was, Ghost. I'm sorry, my memory sucks.
This is
It
why you take
was-
notes.
Yeah, give me
Thought
one
I
sec.
did.
Just looking up something else. Interestingly enough, did you know that the city of Waterdeep has its own Griffin Riders?
Nice.
I'm not surprised.
yeah.
Waterdeep is totally Alavast. Give me a minute.
That brings up a question.
Yeah.
If the ghost is here, would that mean that the body is hiding somewhere here?
The ghost's
not
name is
necessarily.
Lif. Lif.
Lif, right. I was like, it was like something that sounded like a name from Fire Emblem, and I was like, right, Lif.
Mm-hmm.
There's like a decently famous character named Lif from there.
Yep.
But okay. The guy's name is Lif. If you can get some information about Lif if you're heading out at all, or if you find anything, then tell me. I can definitely make use of all this.
I would also suggest that you try and see if there's no bodies hiding in here.
I'll keep an eye out while I'm cleaning the place.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you
I-
what.
I'm definitely
it's been a couple of years, but there is that funky smell coming from the one room.
I was actually about to ask, can I roll a smell check to see if I smell a dead body?
It's been a while. So go for it. Roll a perception, scent based. So.
Well,
I
yeah,
guess
it's advantage. Yeah, I was like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Natural 20!
Yeah, no, there is definitely a weird, musty smell coming from the basement.
Wow, what a coincidence. I was going to head there.
Okay, Dynn will just take a quick sniff in the air and like, oh yeah, he's in the basement.
Oh boy.
I'll take care of that too while I'm cleaning out the place. Just leave the maintenance of this place to me. I know what I'm doing with it.
Fine, but I'm gonna find some information about clerics or paladins that can exorcise the ghost just in case.
I'm in no rush for you to do that. I actually want to see if I can talk to this ghost before anything else, if
Well,
that's
I
all right
might
with
as
you.
well get a cleric and a paladin then, because I don't think you can speak with dead.
I don't know. We spoke with Pride when he was a ghost.
That's different. And the other ghost we met, Watt, was basically acting as a warning at that graveyard back in
He was
Red
still
Larch.
haunting it, though.
Yeah, but again,
It was still a full-on ghost, and so was I.
And
He
I mean,
only
the ghost.
he only
when we came
appeared when
into
we touched the door, though.
And when we did, when we got here, we did hear him say, "Get out." So I mean, that means he can talk.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean that he wants to talk to us. So
Like I said, I've got some ideas on this. Just you go do your thing. I'll take care of this place.
whatever. I'm just saying, don't get too attached to the place.
All right, then I'm just gonna go back to. I'm just gonna take all the dishes, wash them, and then clean up the. I'll start by cleaning up the kitchen and the bar area first.
I'll say you do a good job considering that was literally your job
Yeah,
back in Red Lurch.
I'll
yeah, like
point.
I've definitely like.
Sorry, go on.
Oh no, you were saying?
Oh, I was going to say that Norfinas left.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess I'm just gonna spend the time. Cleaning the whole place, cleaning up the inn.
Brad's going down into the basement.
You make your way into the basement, and this place very much looks like it could use some TLC. Some of the supports and struts are quite rotted away. It stinks. It really stinks down here. Roll me a con save.
Oh, fun.
Ooh.
6.
You're getting a little dizzy. You're not going to puke or anything. That natural 20 on the other side, though. You're getting a little dizzy. This definitely smells like rotten piss and shit, where either the rats have been coming and going, or where maybe some homeless people have been coming and going and going and coming. But
God, why does it smell like someone's been hosting bum fights down here?
give me a perception check. It's a little dark down here, but you have dark vision, don't you?
Yes.
That's what I figured. Give me a perception check. It's sight-based, should that matter.
Actually, I have the hood, which gives me a... Actually, no, that's smell and hearing.
They're both pretty shitty. It's pretty dark down here, even with your dark vision. I would recommend you go upstairs, get some clear air. Also, you've got prestidigitation, but it's dark. What would you do to remedy the darkness?
Let me see what I've got.
Well, wouldn't prestidigitation do something about that?
Thaumaturgy would.
Yeah.
Well, one or the other.
So you have both, so you're
You
fine. then.
manifest a minor wonder. Create one of the following. Noise booms. I can cause flames to flicker, brighten, dim, or change color. Harmless
I will-
tremors. Instantaneous sound.
Tell you what, give me an investigation, a new roll, investigation. You're looking for like a sconce or a candle or something that you can light.
Pretty much. Because prestidigitation allows me to light fires. Now, investigation.
There you go.
Well-
yeah, you find in close to the bottom of the stairwell at least one sconce in the wall, and you know you could probably just light that up pretty quick.
Yeah, I just snap my finger, just prestidigitation. It's now lit.
Cool. You can now roll a new perception check because it's now much significantly lighter in here.
All right, perception.
Wow!
Wow, the same roll. Jesus.
God damn.
Wow! Are you sure?
New college, same old pride.
Yeah.
Oh, it's because you asked for too much.
I'd ask for very little.
Yeah, that's pretty much you, Dongo.
Yeah, but at least in my case, it works.
Cool. Yeah, there's really not much to see down here. I even tried to help you out with this. You just see a bunch of broken casks, some smashed up furniture, a pile of rushes, some soiled, wet, dripping corners. This room down here is going to take quite a lot of cleaning, some light, you know. You're going to be prestidigitation in this room for a good while just to get rid of the smell. Probably a mending or fabricate even. Mending can only go so far to fix some of these things down here.
Wow,
Wow,
new pride, but
This
not
room
really.
is fucking filthy.
Short of you don't find the body down here. I'm sorry, man. I tried.
Well, yeah, she's even as a ghost, you still can't fucking run a proper bar then, eh, Liff?
All right, give me an hour.
Pride's just standing there waiting for something to happen.
A rat scurries along your foot.
What a bitch, just like your mother. Pride's gonna walk back up the stairs.
Roll me a dex save.
Oh God, yes! Make the stairs turn into a slide.
Yes, please.
Oh,
Damn.
you do
What the-
feel a little bit of pressure on your shoulder, but you're able to not trip on your way up the stairs.
Hey, thanks for confirming that you're Liff.
I'm gonna go down there with the lit thing because I
I'm
can
gonna
hold
go
my breath.
too.
I can
I'm
hold my
gonna go-
breath for. I can hold my breath for an hour. So
Oh.
And I have advantage on smell, so I'm
No.
probably
That's a
fine.
bad
No.
thing in this case.
Yeah.
that's
That
not
is
gonna.
a
That's bad
negative.
Well, no, I'm
thing.
gonna help him with it. Yeah, I'm gonna help him with it.
So you
No.
guys see as Bride just strolls out of the fucking doorway to the basement. Well, yep, have confirmed it's definitely.
You walk
the
up
ghost
from the
of Liff.
basement, and there are visible comical stink lines coming off of you at this point.
But
Yep, that's
I,
definitely Liff.
just let me. As a tortle, I can handle this kind of stuff just by the fact that I.
Yeah, probably just cast prestidigitation on himself. Yeah, and there's either a corpse or there was a lot of bum fights held down there.
I mean, also, I still have to clean the place, so I need to see it for myself, don't I?
Yep.
So I'm just gonna go with him, just because. Yeah, honestly, I just need to clean up the place too.
By the way, don't ask me the methods I used to confirm. It's not
Oh.
a smart way.
Let me guess, you
It's
insulted.
you.
Exactly.
Okay. Let me guess, you insulted his mother.
Exactly.
It's you. Nothing you do is a smart way.
Well, I mean, to confirm whether or not a spirit goes by a certain name, they're not going to be insulted if you use a particular name against them. But unless it's their name.
All right. Well,
Take your word for it. I'm not that stupid.
all right. Well, here for now. Groc, would you mind taking this mop and bucket with you? I'm gonna grab my own.
I'm just going down to check for a body right now.
I'm gonna take the mop and bucket with me. Then I'll just
Yeah,
start
I
cleaning
couldn't
here.
even
It's
See
like if
shit.
seeing all the stink coming from Pride. That's more stink than usual. I'm just gonna be like,
Oh, yeah, by the
I
way-
need to bring a mop and bucket.
We're gonna
We'll
need
be
to
right
find.
back. I gotta plug something in.
We're gonna need to find some dwarves as well to fix this place up after we get rid of the ghost. The supports to this floor are not looking well.
Luckily, you realize the supports to other rooms are not really any rooms that you guys have had to spend too much time in. If anything, Groc would probably have the most danger.
450-pound total.
Exactly.
Going down old wooden stairs. Oh, jeez.
Oh, hey, I found his stats.
Hey,
I mean,
so far at least the ghost will probably only be pissed off at Pride.
Or anyone he's associated with.
Let's be honest, the ghost already knows you guys shit on Pride. That much is apparent.
Yeah.
I'm just reading up on the stats of this individual. Oh yeah, so I was also reading up about 3 strings.
Mhm.
Full name is Matreem Merig. He's just a bard. Standard dungeon master, monster guide, bard. No special classes or anything.
Yep.
If I had to go into any further details, bard. It's all alphabetical, thankfully. Bard, challenge rating 2. This guy is probably at maximum. He's got at least 2nd level spells, so don't expect this guy to hold out too much.
Yeah.
I'm back.
You missed nothing. I was just explaining about 3 strings is not exactly a very powerful. He's not even level 3, so he doesn't even have a class of bard other than just bard.
Bard.
Yeah. Character from a level 1 and campaign.
Yep.
Pride could kick his ass, and that is sad.
Old pride, yes. Okay, so Groc and Dynn. Dynn, you're going to be rolling a con save with disadvantage.
I'm holding my breath.
Yes, you are.
Oh, if it's a con save, then I'm fine. My smell thing only works with wisdom.
It's stinky.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, you have an extreme. We've been over this multiple times. You have an extremely sensitive sense of smell.
15.
You smelt worse.
Pride smelled worse coming out of the place than when I'm going in here. So
It's like when Naruto farted in Kiba's face.
Yeah. Hey, Groc, just for fun, give me a con save, and we'll see if you're like, nope, gonna go back up there and wait for some clear air and hold my breath. You're fine.
he's fine.
Yeah.
Pride's just a little bitch.
Yeah. Pride is
Yep.
hard after all.
Hey, look, there's Pride. He's a little bitch. Yeah.
It smelled like bitch in here.
we get out of the basement and we're like, and we see Pride. And it's like, it smells like bitch in here.
So this roll me investigations. You're not looking for bodies as much as you're looking for new candles and sconces to light to not make it so dark in here, because that will also lower your perception.
I'm gonna use my drift orb.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean, why not? It's there and it's useful for that, right?
Yeah.
cool. Are you guys investigating or cleaning or both?
I'm investigating.
I'm
Right.
cleaning, but I'll keep an eye out.
Okay, fine. Give me each investigations. I mean, that's literally what it's for.
Okay. Wow, both 3.
Mm.
Just can't seem to pinpoint the location of this god awful stench. You look around, and as I more or less described for Pride, sorry. I was looking at Unexpectables tab. While I was looking, trying to describe for Pride, yeah, it's just like a bunch of broken barrels, the stench, a couple of random stains. The floor supports look like they could definitely use some mending or fabrication or just rehaul altogether.
I'm in this for an hour, so.
I will give
I'm
you.
fine, so I'm just gonna clean.
I'm gonna give you one last investigation, and this will be me being super merciful.
Well, I mean, if I'm gonna, if I'm just gonna be here until it's clean, I mean, well, won't I just eventually see it no matter what?
Oh.
You can only handle so much, dude.
Yeah.
All right, fine.
Sorry, that is not good.
Damn, our
Sorry,
investigations suck.
that is not good.
You need Norfinas.
Yep.
All right, well, I'm just gonna clean up a bit until I'm kind of done with the smell, and then I'll head back up and clean up the rest of the place.
If I'm in here longer than an hour, can it turn into a survival check?
Sure.
Can I roll a survival check?
No.
I'm gonna be here
And
longer.
then
than an hour.
there
Nah,
were
I'm kidding.
3 ghosts haunting the place. No one knows where the other two came from. Some say they never will know.
This is going to be just a cleaning check. Roll me. I think we did con save
Yeah.
before, just so how tired you start feeling or how long you can last.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah,
18.
you're down there for a good long time. Also, you're tiny, so there's not so much you can do. But if you were to probably ask Groc for some help bringing up some of the detritus to toss out into the streets, he's there.
Or just lifting me up if I need to reach up like a like a corner with the duster.
Yeah, because Groc's down there. He's a good muscle man. You more or less make it look pretty well. You got to go up and down those stairs a couple times just to get new water because that water will not last long cleaning up down there.
Yeah.
But I will say for the better part of 6 hours, you guys have been cleaning this place up because you were also told from What's-His-Face that he wouldn't need you to come back until much later because it would take him time to gather the money and so forth and so forth.
All right. After we've cleaned up the place, I'm just going to, now that it's actually cleaner and we have we can actually pay more attention in there, can I roll one more investigation?
We're going to get to Norfinas first because I'm going to say that you guys are going to be busy for a couple hours. And so Norfinas, you've probably hopped into a cab and made your way all the way down to the yawning portal to meet up with 3 strings. Subtract 1 dragon coin from your inventory for the taxi.
Yep. Gave him a dragon. Okay.
It's early morning. And it's at this point, yeah, it's probably 9:30, 10 a.m.
So in other words, too early.
Yeah, it's exactly. It's too early, but the bartender, what's his face?
Starts with D.
I think so.
Rasputin.
No, D, not R.
The joke is in the game Psychonaut, the main character's like, my name. Someone behind him goes, starts with a D. Is Rasputin?
Oh, right. Durnan was his name, by the way. Durnan sees you walk in and walks over and without even really saying anything, puts down a beer in a bottle in front of you, and then just goes back over to like serving breakfast patrons. The beer, which seems oddly enough, is still capped. Still has a bottle cap on it.
Can I investigate it?
Yeah.
Wow,
Where
what
were
is it
you
with these
before
low
when it-
rolls?
No, but where were you before when these guys needed your help? You investigated, and you know that it's definitely not full of beer. It's full of paper. There's a note inside.
Okay, I'm gonna... Wait, what type of bottle cap is on it? Is it like a twist off, or is it like one of those things you need, like those special...
Roll an intelligence save. This is just me being an asshole, by the way.
Fuck.
You think it's a twist cap, and so you're like, it's like, ow, my thumb, cutting off my thumb. When really it was one of those pop-offs. And so you just do the thing I put in the bottle at the end of the bar and just smacking your wrist to make the bottle cap fly off.
Yeah. I go over to like one of the booths, empty booths, and read the paper that's inside.
Cool. Yeah, you get the little tiny piece of paper out, and you read it. The message inside is written in thieves' cant. It basically looked like Wingding.
Yeah.
And you are able to translate it, and it says, got your message. We'll talk soon. 3 strings. Meet me under the bridge at 5. You know what that means. It's all code. Basically, there is a meeting spot that several agents tend to meet at in one of the parks. And the bridge is just one of those decorative little bridges that spans over a little pond where people just kind of like feed the fish and whatnot.
Yeah.
And being 9 o'clock now, it's too early. So you've got a couple hours before you need to go meet up with 3 strings.
All right. Um. Huh. So back in the main group's timeline, what time is it back at the house?
9:30, 10
After-
a.m.
It was like 6 hours, right?
Yeah. Raishal said that he didn't need you guys to come back until the evening. These guys are in full clean mode right now, and I said it was going to take them about 6 hours of cleaning. So, that would be around 5-ish,
Okay, well, I'll
3.
would it be possible for Norfinas to travel around to the various areas that he spotted Rhaegar at?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
Are you going to take a cab or are you going to be on the streets this time?
I got time to kill, so I might as well just walk.
Cool. Yeah, so you hit the streets. Give me 1 second.
Yep.
You hit the streets. You're wandering around a bit. You leave the yawning portal. What are you doing at this point? Are you like any particular locations? You just want to go towards some of the markets and just look around, trying to see if you can find Rhaegar?
Just
Rhaegar. Never remember.
the last few locations that he was at that I spotted him in the carriage,
Well, you remember that one of the carriage locations was that warehouse that you were at before.
Yeah.
We'll say you go back to that warehouse. Let's see if I can even change the map and bring you. That's the wrong tab. Change the map to go back to that. Is it this one? No.
Which
it-
warehouse was it? Was it the one where?
With the Kenkus.
Oh, right.
Cool. So you make your way back to this warehouse. It's been about a day since you were here. There's a bit of yellow tape, and there's like a guard standing at the front.
Out of his field of vision, I'm gonna use the mask of many faces to switch back into the guard outfit I was in earlier.
Okay. And you could even pretend like you've probably seen Benedict's badge. You just use that as well.
Yeah.
Again. Just give me a deception check.
Sure. 20.
Oh, nice. Yeah. You walk up to the guard standing at the gate. And he kind of taps his hat towards you guys, and says, morning. You here to relieve me of my duty?"
No, actually, I'm here to do one more sweep of the area in case we find anything that we missed previously. And then just to finalize
good.
everything.
Sounds good. We've done the place over pretty good. But yeah, perhaps you can find something that we missed.
You noticed anything strange after we took Rhaegar away?
Aye. Funny enough, the man was walking with a limp. Always known him to have quite the strong legs about him, riding those horses left, right. Got on a griffin a couple times, but yeah, no, never knew him to have a limp.
Fair enough.
He must have twisted it while he was hiding in that closet for 3 days.
Yeah, it's plausible. Anywho, I'm just gonna have my quick look and I'll file in the report afterwards.
Aye.
I go in.
Cool. It's exactly as you remember it. There are no Kenku in this place. There is still, the stairwell going up. There is that back room. A couple of the crates. The crates have been turned a bit. Turned in the sense of investigated, not like rotated. They've been searched through. Anything of incrimination has been, taken. You see like chalk outlines on the ground of the various individuals that have been killed because there was at least a dozen when you were here last time.
There's no one
They're
else
like
inside.
Not at the moment. It's still pretty early morning. I'm gonna say at this point, from when you have left the yawning portal to now, it's getting close to like 10:30,
Yeah.
quarter to 11. Because you walked.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to start my initial investigation around the closet we found Rhaegar.
Yep. Okay. Roll me an investigation plus an insight.
23 and insight 15.
That's good. Those are great. You know, for a guy that's been hiding in a closet for the past 3 days, it sure smells awfully clean in here. Like, you know, must have been having to hold everything in.
Yeah.
3 days. Wonder what he ate when he was in here. I mean, it might explain why he never pissed or shit.
Mm.
But yeah, like other than that, you don't exactly find any incriminating evidence. You don't find like a lone beholder tentacle. You just find that it's awfully clean.
Okay. Was this a room?
Well, yeah, it was a room. You guys found it last time, but you never had time to open it.
Right. I'm gonna open it and check inside.
Cool. Roll me a perception check. It's sound based, not sight.
10.
Good enough. It's level 1. So as you open the door, you hear the sound of a little bell going ding, 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 coming from upstairs. But as you're looking in this room, when the secret door is open, the characters can hear the faint sound of a bell ringing upstairs. Treasure. The Zentarums have stashed 2 wooden crates here. The first contains 4 wood-framed paintings wrapped in leather. The paintings depict... roll me a history check. This is a fluff. This is not important.
20.
Good enough. I mean, that's awesome. The paintings depict 4 locations. The city of Luskan, Neverwinter, Silvery Moon, and Baldur's Gate. While you have never been to them, everyone is kind of familiar with their skyline. Kind of like, you know, how everyone's familiar with like the New York skyline with either the Twin Towers or the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah.
Or a lot of people like know what the Space Needle is for Seattle, or the giant Ferris wheel in London, pyramids of Egypt, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Roll me, this is another fluff roll. Roll me intelligence check.
Oof.
So it's a fluff, so don't worry about it.
4.
So, okay. These look really pretty, these paintings. They might fetch a couple coins. The second crate, on the other hand, contains 10-pound silver trade bars. All black from corrosion. They've been there for a while. And roll me another intelligence check.
10.
There we go. That's good enough. And sorry, there are 15 of these bars. I skipped over that word 15. There are 15 10-pound silver bars. Each of these are probably worth about 50 dragons each.
Is there any like emblems or marks in the silver bars?
Yeah, they are marked, but they are not marked with any gang symbols, so to speak. And the silver corrosion, which you think also depicts how long they've been here, because silver does tarnish after some time.
Yeah.
Roll me another history check.
Okay. 13.
Yeah, they very much look like they could have belonged all the way from Etar. It's just a city.
Okay. I'm gonna take all of it.
And the paintings will probably not fit in any bag of holding you've got. But the bars will totally fit into there.
Okay. How many bars were there? 15?
Yeah, 15, and they are each worth 50 dragons.
Silver bars.
But since there are 10 of them, that means they weigh 150 pounds.
Okay.
There was 15 10-pound bars.
Yeah.
50 dragons.
Each for 50 dragons.
Yeah. Okay.
As I said, there's also a set of stairs going upstairs.
Yep. I'll close the secret passage and head up the stairs next.
Cool. You make your way upstairs. You're creak, 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 creak. It's not exactly like you're being stealthy, but
No.
You make your way up to the balcony area, and the second level is stacked with crates where it overlooks the main warehouse. So, like for example, give me a second to draw shape. This is the open floor. Everything else is
Oh, okay.
like walkways. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so, like as I said, there are crates, and there's a couple offices. Back here is typically where some offices are, and here's just a filing area, and here's just a kind of above ground storage area.
Yeah.
So the second level is stacked with crates where it overlooks the main warehouse. Characters who search through the crates find all sorts of junk, including moth-eaten bolts of cloth, bottles of spoiled olive oil, and hundreds of pairs of wooden-soled sandals that were all the rage last summer but are now out of fashion.
Mm.
You find a bunch of old shoes.
I am going to do a thorough investigation check, not of the crates, but just in the offices and everything else.
All right, the offices. The upper floor contains a suite of offices that get little use by the Zents.
24.
The rooms have desks, chairs, and bare shelves covered with dust and draped in cobwebs. You see a rat scurry by, a harmless little rat. Mounted above each office door is a steel alarm bell. The bells are connected by wires to the secret door in area Z3. They ring loudly when the door is opened. But with your investigation, you go into, there are like 4 offices. In the back corner, I don't really feel like drawing this.
Yeah, that's fine.
In the back room of one of the offices, you find a filing cabinet. And while rummaging through there, you find an origami paper bird.
Oh.
Oh, the origami killer.
Paper bird. Yeah, I'm just gonna pocket the paper bird. But
Okay.
mostly,
So yeah, you're back. Sorry, let's go back. So you're up in the offices. You don't really find anything of too much use. The amount of cobwebs and dust on here tells you it's really giving you an indication of how much of a front this warehouse truly was. Based on the corrosion of the silver down there, you get the impression that probably those paintings down there and this silver was long since forgotten. The dust up here, this place was probably a safe house of if anything.
right. If there's nothing else here, I'm gonna leave.
Cool. You make your way out towards the front, and the guard tips his hat to you again. And he's like, "Okay, I guess got everything you need here."
Yeah, Yeah, I haven't really found anything that hasn't been already detailed in the report, sadly. But but we were told to thoroughly look, just standard procedure.
Aye, sounds good to me. Yeah, the boys, they gave it a pretty thorough cleaning. They didn't really find too much.
Yep.
Mostly just, the CSI came by and they were just, taking care of the bodies.
Oh, before I leave, I thought I saw Raynar out by himself after he was escorted out, like by himself without any guards. Is that normal after situations like this?
When did you see him? Maybe because I know after we talked to those adventurers that were here last time, we brought Raynar back to the station with us where we were interrogating him. We released him after a couple hours.
Do I know which station?
I'm just gonna say yes.
Okay.
Because it's Waterdeep is a big city. It's probably like got a couple stations.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would have brought him to the closest station. And so roll me just another fluff. Roll me like an insight or a history, either one. Just like do some quick game math.
I'll go with insight. 16.
Nice. Well, considering that you guys made your way pretty quickly to the sewers at this point, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah, you guys made your way pretty quickly to the sewers, and you were down there for a good couple hours. It might line up to where you saw Raynar, but the police station, the closest police district that they would have taken to, isn't exactly all that close to where the sewer district is. He would have had to run. But you also do remember about the guard saying that he had a bit of a limp and that no one with a limp would be running too much unless you took a cab. Your next bet would probably be to go and talk to the Cab Drivers Guild because they would have that information.
Okay. Will I know where the Cab Drivers Guild is?
Yeah, you're from here. You know
Okay.
where all these things are. Are you going to walk to the Cab Drivers Guild or are you going to take a cab to the Cab Drivers Guild?
Take a cab to the Cab Drivers Guild.
Yeah, I'll take a cab.
Cool. Let's just see. Factions, guilds. Just double checking there really is one. I'm pretty sure there is. If there isn't, I'm making one.
Yep. The Cab Drivers Union.
Yeah.
Cab Drivers Union of Neptune.
Well, if you guys needed to fix up your basement, you'd probably want to call either the Cellarers and Plumbers Guild. Maybe a carpenter.
I mean,
Dunstan-
Pride the Carpenter.
Oh yeah, Pride's totally a carpenter.
Yeah, but he needs to buy his materials.
There is a wood store just down the road from you guys.
You guys want to get wood?
Yeah, the bent nail
Fire.
is the bent nail is a wood supplier. You'd get like bows and fletchings and chairs and tables. You would go to them for wood supplies. But anyways, I don't feel like reading from this giant list, so I'm
Yep,
just gonna say,
that's
yeah,
fine.
you get on a cab, and one of the black carriages pulls up, like, oh, where can I take you to today, sir?
Cab Drivers Guild, please.
Oh, looking for a job, eh? And you're like, hacha, hacha, and like the horse makes its way along. Takes you a while, but eventually you get there. So I said before it was like maybe about 11:15 at this point when you got into the warehouse. To get to the Cab Drivers Guild, we're saying it's now coming close to 12.
Yep.
12:20, 12:15, 12:20. Doesn't take that long. Yeah, you get your way out there, and you walk up to the front door, push your way in. You can see what sounds like a whole bunch of typewriters going on, but really it's just a bunch of files being put away.
Okay.
magically with like mage hands and all that stuff. A couple like notes are floating through the air. You see a couple gnomes just sitting at desks, just writing up receipts, and then you get various messages, like message stones rather.
Yeah.
It's like you see these gnomes with like stones put up to their ear and they're talking into it. And it's like, it's like, send cab down to blah, 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 blah. Yeah, send another cab over to blah, 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 picking up 2 people, blah, blah, send a cab over here. So forth and so forth.
I walk up to the nearest one that is free to talk at the moment. I'm still disguised as the guard.
Without even looking up, the gnome says, yes, what can I help you for? Applications are the next window over.
I'm here with the Waterdeep guard, and I need any and all information on any cabs that took Raynar, what's his last name again?
Never
Never-Ender around in the last couple of days, please.
The guard looks up, or the guard, sorry, the gnome looks up at you, seeing you in your guard's outfit, and it's like, all right, sure, give me 1 second. Hops down from his stool, and he goes over to the filing cabinet, and he pulls out a little file folder. It's got a couple of receipts in it, and drops it down. It's about, I don't know, 4 inches thick. Busy man. Does the Cab Drivers Guild pretty good with all the fares he's been racking up lately?
Hmm.
And roll me an investigation as you're gonna read through them and all that stuff.
Yep. 25.
Nice. Yeah, you're reading through here, and yeah, exactly as he said. Raynar's been quite busy. He's been traveling here, traveling there, going to all sorts of locations. Give me 1 second to get a bunch of random names. Going back and forth. Oh, Yawning Portal. Going, from the Yawning Portal to the Cromer's warehouse, all the way across sometimes to the Gentle Rest stables or the Unicorn's Horn Tavern. Even going a couple times to Newth's Fine Nets. Mostly from what you're seeing is there's been a lot of taverns. There's the Full Cup. There is the Spouting Fish. Then there's the Sword's Rest. There's the Red Gauntlet. This guy's been drinking quite a lot.
Does it list in the receipts anyone else that was with him?
The Beer Golem at C2.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
All the waitresses are beer golems.
Yeah, it's section S42 on that Waterdeep map. It's 43. It's called the Beer Golem. Neat.
Oh god, they just keep the patrons just stare at the golems and saying, I like the rocks on that one.
Oh, it's like what is it? That construct at the, what is it? In the Unexpectables. Straightforward good time.
Oh yeah. So no, okay, but back to your question. No, it does not specifically specify who was with them. All that there is basically mentioned is that Raynar is the one that flagged the cab, and it would every now and then it's two patrons, 1 patron, solo, so forth and so forth.
Okay.
But it's the frequency that this guy must have the intestinal fortitude of a god, because it's just taverns and gambling halls, just so much, just non-stop.
Is there
all over the place?
Is there any weird going weird, for example, he went to he flagged down a cab, he went to this side of the town, but then all of a sudden he's on the other side of the town, and only a couple of minutes later and flagged down another one?
That's more or less what you're finding with the frequency that he's been appearing at like some of these places. That's like he's hailing a cab and he's going off to this location to like the northeast of town, but then it shows like he's hailing a cab and from like the southwest part of town,
Yeah.
and like going through all this stuff. But of course, no one else is really think about that kind of stuff. So it's just been keeping the town quite busy with carriage rides.
Okay. I'm needing to take this information with me to show to my superiors. Is that okay, or are you able to make a copy?
I'm gonna backtrack one thing. The more frequent one that you probably would find would be like the castle and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, just give us a minute. We're gonna have to just gonna make a note of that.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, cool. All yours. What was your name again? Never got your name.
Benedict.
Benedict. Cool. All right. Thank you.
No problem. Have a good day.
Guard.
Real quick, I just thought of this. Just a quick funny thing. You just turn you as you're leaving.
We're gonna drag Benedict's
As you're
name through
leaving.
the mud.
As you're leaving, you turn and you see that one of the gnomes looks kind of familiar. Oh shit, it's Dimple. I couldn't afford being a drow anymore, so now I have a part-time job.
You don't want to know how many times I had to die again.
That's not how reincarnation works.
Yeah.
I know.
I know it doesn't, but I wanted that joke to work somehow.
Well, it didn't.
Didn't.
Yeah.
Anywho.
Anyway, you got some pretty sound evidence that Raynar has been a busy boy. Spelled B-O-I.
Okay. So, what time is it now?
Oh, it's still about like 12:30. You really weren't in there that long.
Okay.
Well, I'm sure I'll say you were reading over a couple of the facts. Yeah, it's still about 12:30.
All right. I would want to go and look at, like, other than the castle, basically the other, like, mainly visit places that he went to that isn't, like, the most...
Taverns and gambling halls?
Well, more like the ones that he most frequently visit.
It's gonna take you a bit to figure out which ones, because there is a lot of taverns and drinking halls. You see like the yawning portal, like you see like the beer golem, you see the thises and the thatses and whatnot. So let's just see. I'm going to Control-Shift-T, open this tab again, zoom in. Yeah, I had the great big map up, and it's such a goddamn big map.
Yep.
The Sated Satire, the Castle Ward, the guard barracks is at C19. Nice. I'm never gonna remember that. Sure, tell you what, I'm going to say that you make your way to the closest one, because this is the first one that I saw.
Yeah.
The Dragon's Head Tavern.
Okay.
And you go there, and you make your way in there, and it's like a bustling, crawling spider, neat. You make your way there, and it's the mighty Manticore with all these names.
Dragon's Head Tower, and Dragon's Head Tavern. What else has he had? Hey, I got one.
The Asps Strike. The Tavern of the Flagon Dragon. The Sailor's Own. The Quaffing Quaggoth.
God, that one's just not a fun one.
The Sleepy Sylph. The Red-Eyed Owl. Oh yeah, that one's a cafe. Mother Thalem's House of Pleasure. Ooh.
Ooh, sounds like a brothel.
I was gonna say that's a brothel.
Yeah, it's considered a fest house, like F-E-S-T hall, a fest hall.
Ah.
And there's the map house, the fellowship, those are guilds.
Getting a drainer.
the Blue Jack, the Elf Stone Tavern. This is fun to read a bunch of these.
Mhm.
Embassy, School, Azuth Mug, Azuth, Azuth. The Blushing Nymph. Oh my. That's a fest hall. I think fest hall is their word for brothel.
Brothels.
Let's see, there's a couple of fest halls I saw. The Smiling Siren. That's a fest hall.
Anywho.
This is fun.
Mhm.
Yeah, okay. I was kind of trying to see if I could also find if there really was a guild for like the carriage drivers guild. And I was gonna try and give you something close by.
Yeah.
But yeah, you make your way to like the Dragon's Head Tavern. Costell's Hannes, fine nuts.
These nuts.
Sleeping snake. I'm done. Okay, I'm done. I can stare at this thing all fucking night long. The Mermaid's
continuing
Arm,
on.
the Purple Palace is a fest hall. Okay, continuing on.
Yep.
You make your way to the Dragon's Head. I've closed the tab. I'm not looking at any more names.
Purple Palace just sounds like it's owned by the guy who runs the purple shop.
Yeah, it's an off branch of that where all the women
Yeah.
are purple.
As a heads up, you guys all have access to this giant map. It's in the Waterdeep map.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know.
And so you make your way there. It's like a standard tavern.
Speaking of which, what part of this map is Troll Skull Alley on?
Top north. It's like top center north. That map actually doesn't really show it all that well. The Waterdeep map, all it would basically show is up or downs.
Mhm.
You kind of got
No,
troll.
I found it.
Troll kill
N77.
streak. Cool.
We're at the northeast part of town.
Sweet.
We're like just a couple streets in from the fucking wall.
Oh yeah, there is Troll Skull Alley. Yeah, N14, right next to the high road, Windborne Way and Delzorin Street and Vezor Street and Serdurn Street and Horn Street and Tower March.
Right.
Really got it. This map is 3.5, by the way.
Yeah.
All right, so what happened at the Dragon's Head Tavern?
It's just a tavern.
Okay.
Norfinas has got to tell me what he wants to do.
I head in and is it busy in there?
It's noon. It's about as busy as... Yeah, you know what? It is busy. It's the lunchtime rush.
Right. I flag down one of the whoever's at the bar at the time.
Yeah, you walk up to the bar. This half elf with one ear walks up and is like, yeah, what can I get you?
I asked him like the question.
Are you dressed as Norfinas now, or are you still a city guard?
Still city guard.
Okay.
Yeah, hey, we got word that Raynar Neverember frequents this place every so often. Is that true?
The tavern, the barkeep looks you up and down. Sorry. The barkeep looks you up and down and is like, maybe. What's it to you?
Well, you see, he was kidnapped recently and we're trying to establish a timeline of events. And honestly, if we find that he was kidnapped around here, that could cause a problem for your establishment.
Well, I think you're full of shit, considering I saw him just last night.
Last night.
Yeah, last night.
Well, seeing how he was only found yesterday morning, was that right?
Yeah, actually, that would be about right. It's been the night. You slept the night. You would have rescued from Floon, gone with Floon. Yeah, you would have probably rescued him yesterday morning.
Well, seeing how he was only found yesterday morning in a warehouse filled with dead Zentarum and Xenophar members, it's odd that I find it odd that he's here.
In the back, you hear like the sound of a chair sliding back, and you hear, "What was that about dead Zentaro?"
Voice.
I turn around and look at him. Or look at the
You just
person.
see what looks like a carpenter who's probably on his lunch break. He's got like blue suspenders. He's got like one of those hats that's like sideways. It's called a beaver tail hat, where it's like a regular baseball cap, but the brim is really, really long and runs down the shoulder. They were typically used to carry lumber on shoulders.
Huh. The more you know. Does he have any Zentarum or Xenophar?
You don't see any eyes on this particular person. Sounds like he's a really interesting patron.
I sort of turn. I just ask him, why? What do you know?
I know they're causing troubles every now and then. They've been fighting each other's. They've been causing the city guards to come down a little harder on the rest of us.
Totally not radical, dude.
I'm just wondering if it's gonna get really hard lately, because I'm kind of don't want to die, and so if they're having a gang war.
I'm sorry. You will probably need to bring that up with at the local guard station to find out more information, possibly even find out areas you should avoid in case there's more Xenophar or Zentarum activity. So,
Well, look, you're a guard. Don't you know where I'm supposed to not be? Where was the killing you were saying?
I'm gonna roll an insight on this guy.
Okay.
Wow, 4.
Wah wah. Looks like a dude.
I'm going to lie my ass off here.
Okay. You start off with a deception.
Sorry.
He needs to ask Benedict.
Come on, convincing lie.
There we go.
18.
Hey.
I'm not from the district that the bodies were found. I was found. The notice was simply passed off to us, telling us about the house. They didn't say where it was, mostly for our own safety. So my recommendation is you go to your local guardhouse and ask them for that sort of information in terms of what areas to avoid.
Okay. And so he sits back down and starts drinking his ale again.
I turn back to the bartender.
Look, I don't want you scaring too many of the patrons around here. They're already jittery as is, knowing that all this trouble's going down. And if this Raynar is part of the Zentarum or Xanathar, as you've been putting it,
Well,
thanks for the heads up. I'll make sure I don't allow him in this establishment more.
I didn't say that he was part of either. He was captured.
Well, those two have been fighting, and if he was captured, seemed to test what you were trying to say.
Was he in here with other people last night?
Yeah, I guess he was. Let's see. He was here with he was here with a human woman. Oh, she was awful pretty.
Has she been seen since?
I mean, it was last night, so no. But give me 1 minute. Vajra, that's who it was. Vajra Saphir. You can roll a history. You might know this. Vajra Safar. Safar. Safar.
No, I don't know
Nope.
her. 5.
Sorry, you don't know who this Vajra Safar is.
Mm,
You don't know shit.
no. I've been gone for too long. Well, based off the information I have, he's been here a couple of times before his kidnapping. Was he with anyone else during those times? And if so, have they turned back up here?
Oh, let's see. So he was here last night.
The time before that.
Time before that, right. Jeez, I'm trying to remember.
Is this like him actually trying to remember, or is he like...
This is him generally trying to remember.
Okay.
I'm just gonna say, for the sake of this narrative,
Yep.
he lists off a bunch of red herrings.
Mm.
Like, you can take some names. You would spend like an hour or two investigating them, and they'll get you nowhere.
Yeah. Okay, then. Thank you for your time. I'll slip him maybe a dragon.
Oh, it's a pleasure doing business with you.
Yep. I head out. What time is it?
At this point, with all the traveling and the talking, and you probably would have done some research on all the people. Roll me a new. Jeez, what would research be? Not Arcana in this sense.
Wouldn't it
Roll
be
me-
investigation?
Roll me a new investigation, and we will work on how much time you have spent studying.
14.
Nice. I will say that this took you the better part of at least 4 hours to
Okay.
track down all the names. Eventually, you know that it's getting pretty close to 5 at this point, but you were able to get at least one gleaming thing before you are able to make your way up to meet up with Three Fingers.
Strings.
Yeah, sorry. That Vajra Safar, she is the High Wizard of Waterdeep.
Mm.
She is charged with the magic and resources at her disposal to defend the city against threats, and that she is a prominent member of Force Grey. They are one of the good people of the town.
Okay.
One of the good factions.
Yep. I am gonna take a cab and tell them to get me to the location I need to get meet up with Three Strings.
Cool. You get there just in time. Around 5. You see Three Strings is currently leaning up against the railing of this bridge. He's just kind of casually strumming his lute.
Mm-hmm. I'm going
Are
to...
you still disguised as Norfinas?
I'm gonna switch back to human Norfinas.
Okay.
I'm gonna go up to next to Three Strings and give a nod to him.
He nods back. Yeah, I got your message.
Hmm.
What's up?
Something's going on. I don't like it. Like, I can't remember if I told him this last time.
I don't either, so what did you want to tell him? We can pretend as though it's a rehash.
Okay. Remember how my party found Raynar locked in that Zentarum building?
Yeah, you wrote me that note.
And also we found, and yesterday we brought in the tiefling dispelled that polymorph of the dwarf, Floon. That was
Right,
cast
the
on.
whole bar was talking about that the other day.
He was-
Could have done that in a... No, wait, they weren't talking about that because no one was paying attention.
Yeah.
But yeah, Durnan told me all about that.
Yeah. Floon was polymorphed to look like Rhaegar. Never Emperor.
You see 3 strings stop strumming his guitar. Really?
That's
Why would someone do that?
I'm gonna roll insight on that.
Yeah, go for it.
Bite it. Nat 1.
God damn.
He seems genuinely confused and wondering that because it's really weird that someone would do that. You're speaking in thieves' camp, by the way. You would have totally done your like secret greeting kind of deal. So
Yeah.
it's not like, is this really him? You know it's him.
Yeah, I do. That's not the only. It's my spy sense is tingling.
A spider sense.
Oh, you mean the Peter Tingle?
That's not the only weird thing. While my group and I were traveling out through the city yesterday, we saw Rhaegar multiple times. Which is weird, seeing how we found him early that morning, and you would have thought in a place where there was a whole ton of dead Zentarum and a Xenophar member, you would have thought they would kept him at the castle. But then again, after he was released from the guard's custody.
Oh yeah, I heard that. I heard about that part. The guards were interrogating him for quite a few hours.
The other thing that was pointed. So, worse than that, when we were at one of the local booksellers, 2 things I noticed. One, this book place, the Bookworm,
Oh yeah, I know the place.
it had one of our Harper Quest books in it.
Yeah, it's where we usually put a lot of our job postings.
Well, the guy bought the book, so I just thought it was a bit odd. Maybe it's something new that we've been doing. Anyway.
Oh no, that place is so big that we snuck in one book and he didn't even notice, and so customers, he does the air quotations.
Yeah.
Customers come by and peruse the books, and they know to go to that book, and it's where we pass messages to each other.
Fair enough. But that's not
Every now and then, whenever a quest, so to speak, comes up, we use that book to ask for help.
Okay. I'll keep that in mind in the future, but that's not the only thing that was weird. The guy, the seller also sells scrolls for spells. And 2 of them,
remember the place?
the 2 of them were sold out.
Which 2?
Polymorph and Alter Memory. And apparently when I asked him, like, being interested and asking him, like, oh, is there any other places that sell that? Apparently they've been sold out of that across town.
Well, it sounds like you've got a magical question. And there's only one person in particular that I could think of you probably want to go ask these magical questions to.
Let me guess. Vajra, someone?
Yeah, Vajra.
Safar.
Yeah, Vajra. If you want to take for notes, it's V-A-J-A-R-A, V-A-J-R-A, Vajra Safar, S-A-F-A-H-R.
Yep.
Yeah, Vajra Safar. Good to see you haven't forgotten everything from your time away from Waterdeep.
That's leading into the next set of things I found.
You can usually find her. She runs the Blackstaff Academy, the school for mages. It's over out of the Blackstaff Tower in the Castle Ward.
Yeah. I went back to the place where we found Rhaegar this morning as a guard.
Yeah.
And I noticed a few weird things, though mostly one of them was the place where we found him, the closet. Apparently it was locked in there for 3 days, yet it was completely clean.
I don't understand. What do you mean it was clean?
As in, you think that a person that was locked in there for 3 days, it would have been smelling odd. Like, because he pissed or shit himself, you know what I mean?
Well, he didn't like try and claw his way out from the doors. Were there like scuff marks on the locks or whatever?
I see that post-rogue, yeah. Did Norfinas notice that?
You did not. It was super clean.
I didn't notice it. If there was any scratchings or anything, and even of him like trying to escape, but again, that wouldn't really matter because like there was nothing in there, essentially, to indicate that he was there for an extended period of time.
So unless he was unconscious for 3 days, he was a very good little boy and not causing a fuss in the closet.
Not only that, with all the dead bodies, you would have assumed that we found, you would have thought that if there was any survivors, they would have looked in the closet, you know what I mean? Especially seeing how much of a bargaining chip he is. The other thing I found was there was a secret room containing 4 paintings and some eroded silver bars. I got the silver bars here, but...
Oh, can I see the silver bars?
I pass. Like, I open the bag and show him one of them, not taking it out.
Nice find. Yeah, I don't know anything about those. Finders keepers, suppose.
The other thing, too, was apparently the guard that was on duty, like, keeping a lookout, he pointed out that Raynar had a limp.
Raynar doesn't have a limp.
That's what he said. He assumed that he was just injured. But that was not the... But on top of that, I also went to the Cab Drivers Guild. I pass him the folder.
Oh, wow, this is bigger than it looks.
Yeah. To give you a brief rundown, I asked him for all the locations that Raynar was in that he called for a cab for over the last few days, especially before he was kidnapped. I point out to a few of them. Look at these ones here. He's pointing out to the ones where they got a call from him in one area, and then immediately after or something, he made a call in a different area.
Wow, hey, that's pretty interesting. Guy must have mastered some sort of spell to get him halfway across town. Like it's like maybe an hour apart, but we only got the one cab group around here.
Yeah, and you would think that if you had some sort of spell like that, why would you need cab drivers? Not only that, I also investigated some of the main frequent places that he went to, and at one of the bars, he was apparently, what was it, the Dragon Head?
Yeah, the Dragon's Head.
Dragon's Head. He was there last night. And apparently he was talking to Azra Safar.
Maybe something hokey has got her attention as well. I mean, she is the leader of Force Grey, so
Yeah.
for her to come out and investigate something, that doesn't sound like it would be something too light. Look, I think we should probably go over and make a meeting with this Vajra Safar.
I want to lend out a theory, if you would.
Oh, yeah?
I'm assuming that either Raynar, well, 2 possible theories. Either A, Raynar is a part of the Xenophar or Zentarum, and he's working with them to do something to Waterdeep, or the real Raynar was kidnapped, swapped out with someone polymorphed as him and had their mind altered, which would explain the sellout of those scrolls. And apparently he's in some of the listings for the cab driver stuff. He's been meeting up with people, like bringing them into cabs, and also meeting people at various bars. I think, and especially Floon. Floon was the last one he saw. before being kidnapped. Both of them were kidnapped. And we found Floon polymorphed as Raynar. The only difference was he didn't have what seems to have his mind altered because he was still at his accent.
Well, look, some new details have been coming around lately of Raynar's not the only one that's been going missing around town lately. There have been kidnappings popping up left, right, and center all over town, but no ransoms have been made yet. Usually it's the same old story. Oh, my husband to the bar one night and then just didn't come back the next day. Or random homeless people just been going missing.
Yeah. I'm starting to think that Theory B is starting to sound a bit more plausible. I grabbed the folder back off him. I'm going to keep all this evidence on me for safekeeping, and I think we should probably try and make that arrange meeting with Ajar.
Yeah, okay. It's a bit short notice, and I'm gonna get a hold of the guild leader and see if I can convince him to make a meeting for us.
All right.
I'm not that high up in the ranks.
Yeah. I give him. I'll tell him where I'm staying at the moment.
He starts laughing.
Yeah.
Where?
Troll Skull Alley.
Oh.
Yeah.
That Volo, he screwed you guys pretty bad.
Oh. Just to double check. The bookkeeper at the Bookworm, he's not one of ours, is he?
No, he's just greedy.
Fair enough.
He's got so much books that he doesn't even know what to do with himself. He works for himself.
Fair enough. All right. Well, if you get that meeting, go meet me at Troll Skull Alley at the house.
Yeah, sure. Hey, and you see Three Strings reach into his pocket. I'll send one of these, and he pulls out an origami bird.
Oh yeah,
much like what you have.
Yeah.
So all we do is we write a message in there. It's kind of like a sending message, but written, and it makes its way to the recipient.
That brings up something. He pulls out his origami bird. I found this at the house where we found Raynar up in one of the offices.
Oh. Have you opened it yet? Maybe there's a message inside.
He opens it.
You open it, and written on the inside is actually a message.
Huh.
Message reads, safe house has been compromised. Not much time. Sending this message to flee. Going to change myself into Raynar. I have a limp. And then it's like starts to be signed for its recipient for it to magically be sent somewhere, but it trails off.
Huh.
And so Three Strings, who's like reading over your shoulder, says, well, that would explain why he was in the closet for 3 days and has a limp, because he could have come and went from that closet all he wanted.
Yeah. Okay.
So also that means that Raynar is still missing, and yeah, all right. We really need to talk to Vajra about this.
Yeah.
All right, I know where to find you. I'll send one of these when we can make arrangements.
Yep. Okay, good. Can I suggest something? How many agents do we have in the city?
Oh, geez. This is me, Jason, really not knowing yet. There's a lot.
Yeah, sorry.
That's a big city. Give me a minute to see if the book even says anything. What was I looking up again? I forgot.
The number of Harper agents.
Right, a lot.
Yeah.
A lot. I don't.
Wow, such great research.
So anywho, I would recommend that we have our agents keep tabs on whichever Raynar they find who maybe they're with, because honestly,
Yeah. Yeah, no, that sounds like a good idea. I'll make sure I pass that up to the higher ups.
If we keep a track of them, maybe we can capture them, and if we manage to get at least 2 of them, that proves that what we think is happening, and then we just need someone to dispel the spell, and then maybe we can try and flip them into informants or find out what's happening.
Yeah. We'll keep our ears to the stone. As it were.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds real good.
Okay. Is there anything else, or?
No, not really at this point.
Okay. I just tell him, like, you know where to find me, and just keep me updated, and I just go.
Oh, hey, as it turns out, reading up about the Harpers, they have a secret meeting hall that's like literally a block from your guys' place.
Ah!
I'm reading about that right now because we looked on the Waterdeep map that you guys are like at like N77
Yeah.
by like Delzorn Street and Vezibor Street. They have a hideout at an estate located on Delziorn Street and Vezior Street and Brondar's Way.
I bet you just 3 strings tell me, hey, so have you visited the secret hideout yet? What hideout?
It's basically going to be like at N17. You guys are like N77 and N17.
Yeah.
If you can find it on our map, it's like right there.
So it's like, it's right down the fucking road.
Right down the road.
Right down the road. Right
down the road.
Boss weapons.
Yeah.
Get your boss weapons. I love that. I've watched that one so many times.
Same here. So yeah,
Is this too easy for you?
So yeah, Norfinas is heading back to the house now.
Cool. Yeah, it's N18. Yeah, sorry, I'm reading the maps again. I
Yeah.
really should stop, but it's super interesting. Oh, there it is. Yeah, N18, the Old Brinter Villa. At N18, compared to where you guys are, Trollskull Alley, it is
Somewhere in Trollskull Alley.
It's like literally across the street from you guys. I am not kidding. If like on the Waterdeep map that I posted in like the top right, you can see Trollskull Alley. Like right down there underneath it is N18. It is across the street from you guys.
Norfinas has been gone too long. He doesn't know where any of these.
We've had a map of Trollskull Alley at one point.
Yeah, but even then, I didn't know that was a secret hideout.
I didn't either until I kind of started reading about. I was trying to find out the name of the leader for the Harpers, and then it's like, oh, they have several secret gathering places in Waterdeep. Among them, Orebrinter Villa, an estate located on Delziorn Street between Vezior Street and Brondar's Way in the North Ward, just south of Trollskull Alley. The elf lady of the house, Romalia Haventree, Remy, to her friends. The widow of Lord Ardagast Ulbrinter is a high-ranking member of the faction. Oh, and Mert's place. That's also on the big map.
Yeah.
Oh, here's an interesting thing.
We're the centermost building there.
Other key members of the Harpers include Mert, who's an advisor to the Open Lord, and Raynar Neverember. He is a key member.
Damn.
The plot deepens. Dun dun dun.
Huh.
It water deepens.
But
Okay, you could
So
actually.
what the fuck is going on in this city?
Okay, Norfinas could. Well, how old is he?
How old is who?
Raynar.
Raynar? Oh, that actually might exist. Give me a second, because he's got a stat page.
Yep, sorry.
It's all alphabetical, so thankfully it's easy. Here we go. Raynar Neverember. Raynar is the estranged son of Dagult Neverember, the former open lord of Waterdeep,
Yeah.
and the current lord of Neverwinter. Father and son detest one another, and Raynar is least happy when he finds himself forced to deal with some mess his father left behind. Qualities are both shared, blah, blah, blah. Likes to drink, has a flair for diplomacy.
His nickname is Ren. Interesting.
You got that information? What Raynar lacks in his is his father's belligerence, ill-temper, and bad judgment. So he's the opposite. So his father is belligerent, ill-tempered, with bad judgment. Raynar is got a cool head on his shoulder. Lives
So how-
off a sizable inheritance. Approaching middle age. There we go.
So yeah, Norfinas wouldn't really know about him because he's been.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As a harper, he spends a lot of time defending Waterdeep against those who, like his father, would deprive them of their coin and rights. He owns Neverember House, a 4-story residence in the Sea Ward. Raynar spends as little time there as possible. However, since he's constantly under surveillance by spies loyal to his father has an open invitation. Blah, 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 blah. Some believe that Raynar's estrangement from his father is nothing more than an act, and that anyone who bears the Neverember name is an enemy of Waterdeep. Raynar just shakes his head at such accusations and gets on with his life. Raynar is an Eliskin human. He's just a white dude.
Yep.
And he is a swashbuckler.
Huh.
He's middle-aged, so he's like, 25 to 30.
Okay. Yeah, Norfinas wouldn't know him then. Or he wouldn't know that he was part of the Harpers. But anyway, yeah, Norfinas is heading back to the house.
Cool. You make your way back to the house. It is getting close to about 6 o'clock now. You know that things are starting to get, starting to get dark. Just when you knew you would have to start making your way to meet up with what's-his-face.
I just entered through the front door. Hello? Anyone here?
Hey, Narf. Welcome back.
Mm.
Pride's just working on cleaning in the main room.
Can I roll up survival checks to see if I find the body?
Yeah, roll survival check to see if he didn't die.
I also roll.
19.
Groc's been
Fine.
down in the basement.
It was Dynn, but I mean,
Doing
he's
what?
fine.
Yeah, go for it,
I
Dynn.
think. Oh yeah, also Dynn's down in the basement, and they've been down there all day, and I think they might be dead.
And he never bothered to
Also,
check.
there might be a body down in the basement. I don't know.
I'm going to say like 6
Also, I
hours have
confirmed.
passed.
Also, I confirmed. The ghost is definitely Leif.
Anywho.
You guys have been down there for 6 hours. You never found a body.
Norfinas is gonna go to the basement.
Oh
Well-
yeah. By the way, hold on. It is fucking stinky down there. Be careful.
Prestidigitation. Lemon scent.
Uh,
Groc. Dynn, you
Stinky?
down here?
Is it still stinky in there after 6 hours of cleaning?
yeah, it's a lot better now.
There's no corpses down here. Place just reeks to high heaven.
Come on in. The basement's fine.
So there were just bum fights. Cool.
Well, someone took a shit down here. Hard to say.
I am.
That still smells like dead body in here. Norf, you're better at finding things.
Yeah, hang on. Let me get down here.
I rolled a natural 20 on that smell check.
14, Jesus Christ.
No, no, I'm sorry.
Can I try again now that it's been like so long?
You guys have been looking and looking and looking and looking. You didn't find anything.
Okay, how about this then? Dynn's just after cleaning up so much, Dynn's just gonna yell. Liv, can you please point us to your body? Please point us to your body.
Nothing happens.
Okay, but I still want to. I still want to talk to you if possible. I have a deal for you.
You see one of the barrels kind of just jiggle a bit.
Okay, well at least you can hear me. If we get this place nice and tidy again, would you still want to help take care of it?
One of the barrels jiggles again. It doesn't seem like it's shaking as much as like jiggle, as opposed to like rage. As much as it's more gentle.
I'm gonna look at that barrel just to make sure there's not like a rat stuck in it or something.
Or body.
Go for it. You can look. You don't have to roll. This is gonna be that point and laugh at the natural
investigation or perception.
Investigation.
Where were you earlier?
There's no body. There's no rat. The barrel moved. It's an empty barrel too, by the way.
It's empty.
I mean, the shit's haunted, so.
Alright, how about this? Jiggle the barrel once for yes, jiggle the barrel twice for no.
Oh god, it's gonna be one of these days.
Jiggles
It has to be if you want. Okay. Alright. Is your name not Liv?
Nothing happens.
It has to be yes or no.
Was a yes or no question. Is your name not Liv?
Why did you say not Liv?
He says no, then that means he'll jiggle the thing twice just to prove that it's working and not just jiggling it randomly.
Just ask you if his name is Liv. He'd answer no.
No, I asked if his name is not Liv.
After a good amount of time, the barrel eventually does shake twice.
Okay. I'm a chef, so I see a lot of potential with the inn. Would you want to run the bar in this? Would you want to run the bar in the inn again?
After maybe about a minute of nothing happening, the barrel shakes yes.
Okay. Do you have any way to show us an actual visual form of yourself that can talk normally?
Or pick up items.
Or pick up items. I mean, if you need to possess something, I have an idea for that too, but
it's gonna be Bubbles, isn't it?
For shits and giggles, I want Pride to roll a dex save.
Oh boy!
Come on!
12.
Nope.
Your Peter Tingle basically goes off, and a glass mug gets tossed at your head.
Bride's just sitting at the bar. He just leans over while he's just cleaning his nails. Seriously, dude. Get better at this. Christ.
You guys could hear the sound of glass breaking upstairs.
Oh, you think he sucks too, right?
After another minute, the barrel shakes once.
Okay. How about this? If you can show yourself, well, actually, can you show yourself in ways other than hitting people with things?
Nothing happens.
All right, I'm going to send out Bubbles.
Okay. Much like before, when Bubbles has been possessed on numerous occasions, Bubbles starts acting differently.
Also, you forget, Bubbles can't speak any sort of language.
That's true.
I mean, that's fine. I mean, Pride's made him write in the sand before, so if anything, we can still get something out of this.
Yeah, but again, that depends on if the person can write.
Yeah, it depends on if they're literate.
Yes, that's the word.
Okay, well, I have a better thing to
Bubbles Lift kind of looks at you and he waves hello.
Okay, hello, Liff. You want to make me a drink?
He gives a thumbs up.
Wait.
Goes upstairs, but then looks around, can't find anything at all to make a drink with, and starts getting mad and starts smashing up the bar.
Hey, stop that.
RKO.
So, I assume they're doing something in the basement right now, and I should probably be there to get more information.
Yeah, all you know is Bubbles came upstairs and started smashing a bar.
Running up to follow.
Same.
Well, I'm not doing that without fucking wine. Pride just pulls out his fucking alchemy jug. Some good fucking Moscato should be nice. Pride just starts taking a sip. Right.
Bubbles sees you, and he's going to try and roll... Oh, this is my first roll of the night, by the way.
Yeah, you're welcome.
He's going to try and roll...
weird.
There we go. I rolled a 2. He tries to snatch the alchemy jug from you and whiffs horribly. And he's like, whoa.
No, that would probably be a dex check then.
Wow!
Oh, okay, yeah. Hell yes.
Wait,
yes,
would that be
finally.
a dex save or dexterity? Because
keep it with the natural one.
No, because if it's dex save, then he's preventing Bubbles from grabbing it, wouldn't
it's
it?
still the same thing. The modifier.
No, it's not. No, the modifier is different.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm saying is it's still a natural 1. I would just add or subtract what the modifier would be.
Mm-hmm.
The dex was the second one, though.
I'm still saying it's a natural 1.
And that
was my... It's narratively, I'm saying it's still a natural 1.
Yeah.
Because if you were rolling a real dice, it would still be the same number. Whereas the modifier would change.
Bride's just sitting there. Okay, so the fucking monkey just stole my fucking liquor.
And so, with that, Bubbles looks around, finds one glass. Oh, he sees your glass. You would have been drinking with.
Oh no, Pride would have been drinking right from the fucking jug. Pride's not touching any of the
There
fucking.
should still be glasses in the thing because I mean I had dishes to make food with in there, so.
And the coffee as well. Yeah.
Liff is then going to look around, find a clean glass, and he's going to pour the alchemy jug into one of the glasses, puts down the alchemy jug, and then walks over to you, Dynn, with a bottle of mayonnaise.
Pride's following behind, like, okay, what the fuck just happened? All while just slightly sipping wine.
The alchemy jug can make many different things, including mayonnaise.
Yeah, but you specifically have to say what you're pouring.
Yeah, exactly why it came out as mayonnaise.
Pride said wine. There was wine in the jug. I don't know how that happened.
How about we do... Yeah, Norfinas is back upstairs with them. How about we do something useful while Leaf is in a body? Leaf, do you know, is your body somewhere around here?
Leaf shrugs.
Okay, were you killed in this tavern?
Leaf shrugs.
He's
He
like,
doesn't know.
He doesn't know, okay.
Let me guess. You still have last regret, and that it was that your bar is a failing mess at the moment, right?
Leaf shakes his head.
How long ago?
Find your killer?
Leaf shakes his head. He walks over to one of the support pillars and hugs it.
You just want to keep.
He's just haunting the place.
Your bar running. You just want to keep the bar and inn running, don't you?
Shakes his head. Yes.
You may nod.
Yeah, sorry, nod.
All right, then I'll help with that. If you want to stay working in the bar, I can keep the inn running We can use it as a good base of operations.
Yeah, but we are gonna have to renovate the place, though. The wood's rotting.
Lith goes over to you, Dynn, and hugs you. He rolled a 12 plus whatever to try and hug you.
Let him hug me.
He's gonna break your back in half.
Yeah, you took 6 points of damage.
Wearing heavy armor, I mean, it shouldn't be able to affect me that much, right?
Are you
Not how
wearing
that
heavy
works.
armor?
The armor I'm wearing because I became a fighter. For like the most specific reason of being able to wear heavier armor.
Yeah, but you've been wearing
I've
your
got,
ship's
like,
outfit.
That's not how that works.
Well,
It's
no,
just-
You can wear
I've got
heavy
my,
armor, but only if you're wearing actual heavy armor.
Yeah,
I am
You
wearing
got it.
I am wearing an armor. I'm wearing
Also,
the,
you're choosing to take an attack. That's not how heavy armor works.
yeah.
Because you
It
said you let
raises-
him hug you.
okay, so it's like an attack then. Okay, then it wouldn't hit
Yeah.
me then because
Well, you
like-
said you chose because it would have missed. I
You,
rolled.
you chose to take the attack.
Yeah.
oh,
Because I
okay,
rolled a
then
15.
He's an
Yeah,
8,
and you
remember?
should-
that's fine. Then I'll let him hug me.
Yeah.
He hugs you. He doesn't know his own strength, and so that's why he rolled. He did 6 damage of crushing hug.
Problem.
We're probably
like a
gonna
grapple
have
check
to
now?
get him a body.
One that can talk.
That
Yeah.
too. Gives me an idea.
I think if we could find his dead body and like
No.
restore it.
No.
No, that's too That's too expensive.
I mean, you remember how long it took us to get Pride back?
That too. He's been dead for years.
The
I
only
think
way.
we could somehow turn him into a physical ghost like how you were, Pride.
I was able to manifest due to a evil
Sure.
god amplifying my own fucking anger, spite, and negative emotions, basically making me into a form of fucking wraith and or demon.
Here, Pride, roll an Arcana for me, please. Nice. You would probably expect that the reason why Lith was able to shout "Get out" the first time is because he was extremely pissed off, and that ghosts can manifest differently once they're angry.
So the reason why I was able to do all that shit before was through sheer anger and spite.
So
Okay,
just
well,
a
I mean,
normal day
Fucking
for you.
Toad ate me.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if sheer anger can cause it, I mean, what's to say not the going the opposite direction with the other emotions can't do it either? Like, is there
No,
any way we can?
I was saying that was with Lith. The reason why Lith was able to say "Get out" that one time was because he was
But-
really angry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, I'm not a fucking expert on ghosts.
Anyway, as much as I like to keep talking about this, I actually dug up something. Quite a few things, actually. That's actually
Yeah,
quite
what-
important. First of all,
What'd you find?
well, on the good news, remember that warehouse we found Raynar, he does quotations.
Yeah, the guy that probably might not have been Raynar.
Yeah, confirmed, he's not Raynar.
Oh, fun.
He's apparently the real Raynar does not have a limp, and apparently it was a guy that worked at the safe house, and apparently once it got raided by whoever, he polymorphed himself and tossed him into the closet. Plus also there was a little safe room where it contained some paintings and some corroded silver bars, which I got here.
Let me see the silver.
I pass him one. They're worth about 50 dragons each.
And there's
Pride will
15 of
cast-
them.
Pride will cast Prestidigitation on all of them.
Well, you
Yeah.
got the one at the moment, so
Well, cast Prejudice. Yeah. Prejudice.
prestidigitation.
Yep. Prestidigitation.
You make the dirty bar look shiny. It's still worth 50 silver or 50 gold.
Holy shit, this is some real fucking silver.
Hmm.
It's about 10 pounds, by the way.
Yeah.
Actually, looking at the metal kind of makes me think. Actually, looking at the metal kind of makes me think. Do you think we could possibly make a construct that could speak?
That takes a lot of money and a special book.
And a
We
lot of
also
time.
don't know whether or not. We also have no. Well, actually, we do have knowledge about constructs.
We have
Not
some. 'Cause
in
we also
the-
have that. We have that blueprint for one too. And
Yeah,
we
but-
and, like,
That's not a
we-
construct. That's not a construct.
That's something else. Yeah, you're thinking of
That's a
Mechanos,
vehicle.
aren't you? Hello?
Hmm.
Hello?
Okay, yep, I hear.
Hello.
Heard you.
Well, if we find the right mage, I mean, I could probably carve kind of like a doll that he could use, a life-size doll that he could possess.
You do realize that he needs to speak, right?
Yes, which is where we need to be able to. Well, we need to find the right wizard to work their magic to allow the doll to speak.
As you're all speaking, for example, you notice that Bubbles slackens and kind of goes back to his primitive stance. Seems to go back to normal. And then as Bubbles seems to be normal, you see a couple chairs move on their own as if beckoning you to sit at a table.
Sure.
Bubbles immediately, as soon as he gains his mind back, just starts picking his nose.
Yep. That way you know that it's
I'll
Bubbles,
sit
not
at a
Lift.
table.
As you sit at the
Sure,
table,
I'll sit at one.
gently, the chair is slid in to the table for you.
Just gonna, I'm not gonna be sitting in the table quite yet. I'm just gonna watch what happens, and I'm gonna say. I'm just gonna
You know-
say.
You know, Dynn, I
Oh,
will be
this-
completely honest. I was not expecting it to go this way, that your idea would actually come on top.
Anyway.
Above
sorry.
game,
Above game. yeah.
there were two options of dealing with Lif. Appeasing Lif, and this is all on page 31 of the Dragon Heist Guide. Appeasing Lift. If the characters work to repair and renovate the tavern with the goal of
Ow,
opening
I
it to
was
the public
right.
again, the poltergeist begins. He's a poltergeist, by the way.
Oh.
Begins to accept them as their new owners and gradually becomes quite accommodating, pulling out chairs when a character wants to sit down, pouring a beer, delivering it to a character, taking coats when folks come in from the rain, and so forth and so forth. Once the business is up and running, Lift can also perform other helpful functions such as locking doors, sweeping floors, and so forth. Destroying Lift. Lift's poltergeist is destroyed if its hit points are reduced to 0. If attacked, it flies up to the uppermost level of the turret when reduced to half of its hit points. From there, it fights to the bitter end.
I'm glad we didn't do the violent route.
We weren't going to, technically.
Yeah, but I mean, honestly, this is still a better outcome than just having a normal inn.
We were gonna get priests. That was gonna be the violent end.
Well, they would have sent him off peacefully, technically.
Well, it still ended up. Well, it still got with better results than if we exercised him at least. So this is still fine. I'm just gonna see how it's just how it's like opening chairs and stuff, and I'm like, it's like moving chairs and stuff, and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, this is gonna work out fine. Oh yeah, Pride. Can I have the stone back? Eventually, I'm gonna want to ask Paylor like a question, like since we still have our free question for the week, if I'm right. Saying
Sure,
that
knock
in-game,
yourself
that's
out, price tossing the stone to Dynn.
Anyway, back to what I was saying.
Here, one second.
Yo.
In our Discord, under Waterdeep map, I am posting another link. That's the floor plan of what your tavern looks like.
Oh. Okay. But to get back to what I found, I'm basically just gonna shorten this to Norfinas tells them everything.
Okay.
So, yeah. That's pretty much what happened, and that's what I've been up to today.
Ah,
So, basically, once Three Strings gets the appointment done, he's gonna come around here and tell me the time, and then I'm gonna go and see if we can sort something out.
All right, well, that at least helps us get to our goals quicker. For now, I guess it is about that time. Do you guys want to go and get the money that we were promised?
That and also deal with the rats, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
yeah.
Do you mind if we could, after we get the money, I want to get some quick essentials and potions, like, and some stuff just to.
Well, that's if the
Like-
shop's open. It's nighttime, remember?
It's about 7 o'clock at this point.
I mean, it was nighttime when we got there before.
It was
And
like
besides,
late afternoon.
he's gonna have to be there to let us in anyway,
Yeah,
and he'll have the money.
we gotta count it.
I'll be honest, these last couple of days have just been a blur for me.
Yeah, speaking of which, tomorrow
I
I'm
gotta-
probably gonna have to go poke around the carpentry guilds.
All I'm gonna say is we should only keep enough dragons around, like including with the silver. We can sell the silver bars and keep probably maybe only 1,000 dragons or something, or however much we need to do this tavern up, and the rest should be converted into gold.
Yeah, we'll convert the rest into gold after, but for now,
It
let's
should be
just see
done.
how much it'll.
It should be done before, if you know what I mean.
No, yeah. That's why I was saying that before we take care of it, after we get the money, before anything else, we should, like after we take care of this rat problem, before anything else, we should make sure that tomorrow morning we
Yeah.
should convert some of this into gold and use whatever dragons we need now.
Yeah.
I have a couple things I'm going to need to get to help work on the bar and everything.
So, to the bookshop.
To the bookstore. To the bookworm's treasure.
To the book depository.
What about a suppository?
Depository.
Suppository.
Good news, everyone!
Innuendo is an Italian suppository. Okay.
Innuendo.
So, for example, if you look on, give me 1 second, because I know Ro, you posted this copy link. Oh, let's see if I can post this here. X parentheses Control D, right? Oh, it's a tiny image. So you guys are at T1, which is basically dead center. T2 to the right is where you can like buy a bunch of lumber on your own, but you're going all the way to
Best
the left.
Terminator movie.
Yes, it is. And now you're going all the way over to T6, and I swear that one just came out the other week.
Probably. I don't even know what they're on at this point.
Neither do I, with 2 TV series and whatever's.
Terminator?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
I heard that this movie's supposed to be like replace number 3 or something.
Yeah.
3
well,
onwards.
it's always been about time travel, so that really doesn't surprise me that they keep
No,
messing around
but
the timeline.
they rewrote,
Yeah.
they retconned a whole ton of stuff too.
Yeah, they basically like did the same thing that Halloween did. And
Oh. Just made a new sequel.
yeah, because
as
that,
opposed-
that,
They
that
made-
Halloween 2018 was, which actually was good. It actually was good. I heard.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, you're making your way across. to the bookworm's treasure, you see Raishal. Actually, he's standing in front of his door. He's actually not inside. He's standing in front, and he looks kind of worried and kind of panicked. And it's like, oh, it's you. Oh, thank goodness you're back. Oh, I've. He leans in close and whispers, "I've got your money. Got your money. It's just inside. But the rats, they seem to have gotten really upset lately."
What do you mean upset?
Never mind. Norfinas was trying to roll in inside on Raishal.
I mean, they were, quite content just of being in the cellar, but oh no, they've come out lately above ground, and oh man, you can see he's genuinely scared. He's not trying to bullshit you.
Okay.
Oh boy.
They've come out lately, and oh, they're gross. They're just nasty and scary. Please, the money is right on the counter. And yeah, as I said, your insight shows he's not bullshitting you, trying to be sneaky, conniving. He's genuinely scared. The money's just on the counter. Just help yourself, but please take care of the rats.
Got it.
Okay, we'll take care of whatever we can up top first. After we get the money, we're gonna need to get some more supplies if it's that bad. Like, we'll need to get like some actual like rat poisons and stuff.
You do realize that my acid gun does have poison and acid, right?
Oh, I forgot you had an acid. You had an acid.
Acid and poison. Yeah. I can't make it rat poison. It's just poison.
Yeah.
Poison. It's the average poison. Works on everything.
Including cockroaches.
Mostly.
All right, let's just check this out. Let's go check out how bad this is then.
Yeah.
All right, so
How trashed is the store?
Raishal opens up the door, and it doesn't look all that bad. You think you get just the impression that he just really hates rats. Roll me a perception check or survival check.
Survival works better for me, so I'll do that.
Perception. Is it sight or sound or
Yeah,
other?
22.
Sight.
Sight? Okay, 23.
Ooh.
Wow.
Pride does not see anything, even after a rat falls on his face.
Let
he's
it
like,
be known
"Huh,
that
what
if I
are they?"
roll another nat 1, I'm basically dead. Maybe.
I think that's circumstantial, honestly.
So yeah, you look into the place, and you can see about maybe a dozen little rats scurrying all around. But as the door opens, they kind of look up. Some of them, about maybe 3 of them, run out from between your legs, like out into the streets.
Okay.
Whereas about the other 9 seem to like run around in circles for a bit before running back down towards the cellar.
Well, we can definitely tell that the main issue is going to be in the cellar. So
Let's do a thorough
I'm going to.
Just
look at the
seems
store
like a bunch
first.
of normal rats.
Yeah.
Oh, disgusting! Just
All
take
right.
care of them.
I've got an idea.
Icky.
Brad's gonna whistle and call up Zaid and tell him to hunt the rats down the basement.
Cool. Zaid appears. He runs down into the basement.
While he's doing that, I'm going to check on the money that we got. I'm going to.
Give me Zaid's stats once again.
Hold on, where the fuck did I put him? Put it under here. Yep. I'll just drop it right directly to you. Make it easier.
Thank you.
There we go.
Cool.
So, Groc, you just been cleaning all day, huh?
Yep. Trying to find the source of that odor.
It's been a big help. I mean, able to help me reach the areas I can't reach on the ceiling, so that's good.
That honestly brings up the question, are we really going to go through with rebuilding that inn even though we know what's going to happen?
Like I said, I have an idea for that.
Look, Norf, this is going to affect the world that we create regardless, because have you taken a look around? This is a world that literally should not exist.
Yeah. Well,
I have an idea for to kind of help out with the whole situation because
you've been saying that, but you haven't exactly told us what you're planning on doing. You're basically on the same level as Pride with his plans.
I want to see if I can. I want to talk to Paylor first because I want to see if he can possibly, like, I don't know, maybe move the building kind of like he did with the with our cart and everything from before.
A cart's one thing, but this is
A building.
Yeah, honestly, I really don't recommend having a moving building, because then it's just not going to be easy to get business.
And who knows?
Also, it'll make us look a lot more fishy.
Well, I mean, I was thinking like, I was trying to see if it's possible if we could get a diamond, get like one of the crystals in here, like one of the big crystals that we've seen around it that we can attune to. To use like what maybe our crystal or something like that to be able to turn into something like a place that we can kind of keep ourselves in to help us to, like, I don't know, like stay, so that way we have a place to stay whenever we're doing our business and everything across the multiple dimensions.
That's why we have the wagon.
Yeah.
Yeah, the wagon. That's true.
Look, I don't mind rebuilding the place and then eventually selling it before this place goes wherever, but honestly, we're not gonna.
I doubt we're actually going to be able to sell the thing. It's located in probably one of the worst areas of the fucking city. No one's going to buy property here.
Yeah.
Zaire's dead, by the way.
Ha!
Ha.
You see the pride? You see he's in the middle of that. Pride just stops. Oh boy.
What?
Zaid
I was
just
making him
died.
fight the entire time you were talking. He died.
Okay,
How soon did
so
he
I
die?
think we're in over our heads because my fucking fairy wolf just died.
I mean, he only has 11 hit points.
He's worse than
True.
Bubbles.
familiars aren't exactly durable.
Yeah.
True, but he was still also a little bit better than most.
Anyway,
A
what did you
little
see?
bit is not.
Yeah, exactly. It's not. I mean, you would have sent down the giant elk, and that would have had better chances of doing whatever than Zaid did.
Nor if the elk wouldn't be able to make it down the stairs, it wouldn't even fit.
Still don't know what the fucking elk is.
It's
Neither
that
do I.
thing he summoned in that room.
I know what it is, but what is it?
I don't know, some sort of horse dog.
It's a
the
horse
giant
or a
elk.
dog.
Wait,
The giant elk.
would
the
you even
double
know what a
revolver
horse
campaign.
is?
Exactly. You know what, like seahorses and
Probably
hippocampi.
seen
Yeah.
horses.
We've seen like hippocampi and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, hippocampi, but
Pride didn't have seen horses. I'll admit they still don't understand what they are. They're just land kelpie.
Mm-hmm.
anywho.
So, anywho, you go after you get the ping to tell you that, like, oh, Zaire died. You're like, wait, what? And you kind of like run over to the cellar, and you see, does Zaire just disappear into the etherealness, or does he lay as a corpse?
No, he just vanishes.
Zaire is gone, but as you look down there, you can see a big fucking rat down there as well. This dead giant rat is easily the size of like a dog.
Oh, so like the ones we fought at the sewers.
This is a
Hey,
Big
Dynn, I've
fucking
got an
rat.
idea. How about we just buy that fucking book? Yeah, because by God, I think buying that book is a better fucking deal.
you also see a giant hole in the wall.
Damn.
So yeah, Let's go buy that book.
No, because
Out,
then
out from the wall appears a couple more giant rats,
Bryce is walking
Including-
away.
including you hear clack, 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 clack.
Bryce
Clack, clack,
turns
clack,
turns his head to look back at what's making the sound.
I'm looking
You,
too.
you guys have all seen Gremlins 2, right?
No.
Oh, you're really missing out. Okay,
So-
so there's this one gremlin in Gremlins 2 that was mutated with like part spider, and so you see like this giant rat with doesn't have like 4 little legs, but it's like walking all out with like 8 long gangly spider legs, and it's like claws are tapping on the ground. You hear clack, clack, clack.
My
Thanks,
God.
I didn't need sleep tonight.
Okay, so Tim, we're buying you that book.
You do realize
Bryce,
if
you
we
see
don't
Bryce just walking back to the fucking counter.
hold on. First of all, I'm surprised Scarble succeeded in breeding 2 different animals together.
Oh
I
yeah,
know,
by the way,
right?
they escaped.
They had that episode last night, and it's
What?
like, oh!
Yeah,
That was in
they
an epi-
escaped.
that was in an episode? Dope.
I gave my
I heard about that.
in the one shot that I ran last night. It's like, okay, how many of you guys saw last night's episode? And almost all of them said me. And I was like, okay, this is a hard question. Do you want this to be in Alavast or do you want this to be in Waterdeep? Alavast. Cool.
Oh, God, you just said that because then you get to put the other one in Waterdeep.
Well, this was always going to be in Waterdeep. I've got
Yeah.
reasons for it.
Yeah,
That's fine.
But it's because the Unexpectables episode involved Scarbles losing all the rats. It's like, cool, I know where they went.
Mm.
huh.
So, yeah. I'll be honest, I don't think some of them are rats. Because I don't think rats are supposed to have 8 legs.
Look. We faced off against a Mind Flayer. How difficult can these be?
Here,
Or-
for the sake of it all, we're going to use this new square I put on the map that we're
Okay.
all on, and that's just good enough. It's a
Narf-
square.
Not me.
I knew what that thing was capable of, and it still almost killed us. I don't know what those are.
Okay, let's put it like this. If we don't do something about this and do something about this, they could spread into the city.
It might be a good idea if we at least
Or-
just regroup a little bit just to
Well,
be a
obviously.
bit more prepared to fight these because this seems like it's going to be a lot of them.
Also, they could eventually show up to our tavern, seeing how we're pretty close to it.
I'm
Can
down for
always-
taking them out.
We could always just throw some poisoned food down there. Just wait for them to die.
Does anyone have food on them that I can poison?
Pride
Standing
pulls
next to
out 10
Dynn.
rations.
You just
Pride
said
has
one of
had
them.
10 rations.
You just said at one of them as a spider rat. How do you know if poison's even gonna work?
That's a good point.
I
Fly
don't.
spray. Okay, above character, fly spray is poisonous. But yeah, I don't know. Hey, if we kill the majority of them, we can take care of the spider.
Just do this.
All
I
right.
had an idea to take care of this, but honestly, with how serious this is, I'm just gonna be like, we should just get rid of these as soon as we can.
Yeah.
Also, I'm sleepy.
Yeah, I know. I just wanted to introduce.
Oh my god.
Oh Jesus, fuck.
Come on.
Yeah, I don't want that as a friend.
No. Wait, were you considering it?
I'm gonna be honest. The person that ran the grocery store had a potion of animal friendship, so I thought maybe I could do like something with the Rat King or a giant
These are
rat.
not animals. These are fucking abominations.
Yeah, these I'm not. These I'm not. If it was like a normal rat, it was like a normal like maybe if it was the Rat King or something, I'd be down. But I'm not doing that with spider rats. That's just even Dynn has standards.
Also, isn't a rat
he
king
doesn't,
just a
don't lie.
fucking bunch of rats with their tails tied together?
Is it? I didn't know
What?
that. Okay then. She didn't know that. That's
Yeah,
Really
I'm like
fucked.
90%. And that's correct. Yeah.
What?
That at the like
A rat king is a
textbook.
real thing.
It's a rat, but it's literally like just a giant group of rats with their tails all connected.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because rat catchers would do that sort of thing to prevent them, and because they'll be tugging at each other, they can't do anything and they'll just starve.
Yeah, that is the monster manual entry for the Rat King. It's not like a giant rat or like a rat mutant or anything. It's just a bunch of rats tied together by their tails.
Huh.
I was talking about like real life of that's just what a rat king is.
Yeah, it's a pile of rats.
And that's what it is in the monster manual too.
We could do
Yeah.
the Australian thing. We get everything out of there and just burn the place to the ground.
Or you get a whole bunch of frogs to eat the rats.
But then you got to deal with the
Frogs.
frogs. Oh, that's why we send in the snakes. But then we're dealing with snakes. Then you send in the gorillas.
It's
The
almost
gorillas will be fine. The gorillas will be fine.
No, but then now we're
Alright,
dealing
look.
with gorillas. Oh, that's the best
that's
part.
the issue. That's the issue. Then you have to deal with the gorillas.
Oh no,
Look,
that's the best
look,
part.
Simpsons
We
thing.
just gotta wait until winter and they'll die out.
It's a Simpsons
Look,
quote.
we
this
could
gives
wait
me
till
an
winter.
How are we
idea.
gonna deal with the
snakes.
winter?
This gives me an idea.
They die out.
We use the one thing that the fucking Australians could not win a war against. We get emus.
Oh yeah, they lost that.
Don't
huge
bring that up.
war.
God damn.
Well, to be
All right, let's.
yeah.
So we'll end it
Oh, sorry.
here.
So,
Because
Okay.
I know we're going on. And I basically told you this was going to take a while because I knew we had some story to deal with.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, you got yourself a bunch of giant rats and a spider rat coming through a giant hole in the wall.
Spider rat, radioactive spider rat.
I just realized something I have an idea of next time. I have a fucking flute.
You are not Pied Pipering these rats.
No. Let's see where this
Look.
goes.
If I can Pied Piper the rats, that means I could get them out of the fucking district into a different part of the city
Lead him outside
after
of
we
the.
deal with the abomination.
Lead him-
Yeah, but here's the thing: the Pied Piper didn't have to deal with dice rolls.
yeah,
and
but
it's you, so.
no, but then again, he is proficient with instruments compared to
I
the rest.
don't
of us.
trust his rolls.
Yeah. Like at this point, I expect him to roll, and then they all do love him, including the spider rat, and the spider rat jumps and hugs Pride.
Like, let's put it like this. He has a 10.
Yeah. Yes. I don't trust him to not get a nat 1.
I do trust that the spider would get a nat 20 against Pride.
Look, I don't need to charm the fucking abomination. I just need to charm the rats.
But then
You can go off, man, if you want.
it's 3 against 1, and we don't know what the spider rat can do. Hell,
No, we
I could-
take out the spider rat first.
How? Without setting off the other rats.
Don't know.
Exactly.
Only 2 of us have ranged weapons.
You still have no bullets.
Oh wait, no. Pride has a ranged weapon, but he has it for the.
Pride has the boning,
Yeah, and you haven't.
but this is too close quarters.
Yeah, you don't have crossbow expert.
Yeah, this is a small cellar. It's not like a giant room.
He also, and he's got like ranged spells like the
Snarlars.
and
got
like the eye of the shiver that he
Yeah.
is
Yep.
with 99% of the time.
Oh, I think we're gonna have to get ready for this next week.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yep.
Why is it always abominations? Like I'm gonna have to join up with the fucking Templars. Stop the fucking mages from taking over.
And I'd even kind of consider befriending the big white rat, but I'm like, no, fuck it, they all have to die.
All right. Well,
Yeah, these aren't fancy rats.
no. Oh wait, is any of them wearing top hats with monocles?
That is. Hold on, give me 1 second. I can on if
We spare the fancy rats.
We spare
F
we
class.
spare one fancy
F
rat, and
class.
he joins Dynn Zoo.
there you go. See?
Hell
Top
yes.
hat and monocle.
Hey.
There's even a gray variety as well.
If you could just put one of those in the corner and he chooses not to fight because it's below him, that would be great.
I'm down with that.
These giant rats came out at Roll20Con for 2019. They just recently released these for rats.
The
It's kinda
fucking
dope.
spider rat.
That's not Roll20. That's something else.
Okay.
Okay.
I want to know where the fuck you got this horror.
Internet.
Yeah.
But it's because the story that I'm running did not have a picture for it.
All right. Let's wrap this up. Okay. Well, tune in next time to see what happens. Say bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Guys.
We're all gonna.
Why?
Because the DM hates us all.
I'm fine with it. This is gonna be fun.